happened was there was a girl, okay, I just put her chair back, she fell down. So me, okay, one of my friend, she even made that girl to do sit-ups.
What the fuck?
She fell, okay, she's crying there. She's like, you do sit-ups.
Silent questions. Okay, try that in your minds. What have you done at college? Today college day. What bro? You have school full grand day off this day? Annual day. What crazy guy college games? You went there? No seniors are okay. You are the like top notch batch, yeah?
Many or seniors were
Who was there?
I don't remember who was that.
Then?
The
Are
chief guest herself was many or batch. I don't remember. I know their faces, but I don't know which batch.
Delicious batch. I was the full city. I mean,
Day
full...
one I didn't go. Day two I went. Yesterday. Day before I went.
I see. I didn't see it. Oh, you guys are still also.
Yesterday is middle school and high school. Day before was preschool and
Oh.
wonderful.
Fuck me, that day only I saw that. All good people were there.
I didn't go because I had to start.
Mock only, no?
3-5.
Only a mock.
That only, but experiments.
Got something?
Yeah.
Full. Which one you got?
Assistance for
Easy.
Sir, I got G2E, okay? They gave me broken calculator. Like, see, before
Like, what was broken? Like, how do you know it was broken?
because see, there was no like, see, during like when I don't switch on the circuit, it is supposed to be exactly on 0.
Okay.
It is on 1. Like it is not exactly on 1, it is like 0.7, 0.8, it is like that. I'm telling, so basically I connected it and then I'm not getting even deflection. Like we have to get both the same, right? Then after I went and I told my teacher. So she was like, oh, she is a galvanometer. So the one more galvanometer I took and then I put it in the circuit. Still it is the same. One side they broken, all broken galvanometers there. And then she told me, go call the thing, who's the lab in charge, not the lab, the attendant. Sir, they have so much attitude. Even teachers, they don't show so much attitude. How much is lab in charge supposed to be? Attenders.
What they told them?
So then after that, he was screaming on me, like, what is this and all. And I was like, see, it is broken, it is not my fault. So then he brought that screwdriver, okay, and then he tightened it. So then it was exactly on 0. All broken instruments they gave us, sir.
Okay, right. Amines, I'm telling you right now, please attend this for your final exam. Don't skip this, whatever happens, don't skip this. Very, very, very simple chapter. I think, again, one cliche dialogue that every teacher tells is, do not skip the named reactions. Same thing when I tell. But here the named reactions are also really interesting because of the story which is associated with it. So just try to remember the story associated with each of the name diagrams. I'll tell you what I mean by it. Okay. So amines, open brackets, right? R hyphen NH2. R single bond NH2. That's like primary amine basically. Okay. Primary amine. If you remember this, to get your answer for tertiary amine as well as secondary amine is going to be simple. What do? We write NH2 as it is, but remember one thing, out of 2 hydrogens, one remains the same. One more gets replaced with R, one R remains the same. In simple language, count the total number of R's involved in the complete concept. That will be your answer for either primary, secondary or tertiary. Don't write anything like that, but I should try to tell you. So primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine depends on the number of R's which is attached to N in the main concept of amines. Okay. Further from Madhuri, tell him if he wants the link or what. It's coming. And one more thing which I forgot to tell you right now. People write like this, nothing wrong, but you gotta realize that this specific way of representing things is not apt. The actual diagram will look like this. Okay, that's how it's going to look like. Common sense reason is because this is tertiary. Secondary will look like this. Because again, boils down to basics, where we guys learned about wherever hydrogen goes, 1 bond follows. Wherever oxygen goes, 2 bond follows. Wherever nitrogen goes, 3 bonds follow. Wherever carbon goes, 4 bonds follow. So right now we're talking about N, which obviously means I'm supposed to talk about the number 3. So N was here, 3 numbers are there, 1, 2 and 3, third one was H. Now by chance I replace that H also with R, this will be tertiary. That's all. So primary, secondary and tertiary is coming up. Hey, the guy there.
Sports you where?
What's that? Oh, what's that?
Yeah.
Till what time?
I don't know, sir. They'll keep it.
Okay, write this. Primary, just write P hyphen R and H2. Secondary, write copy this. But make sure you guys draw the diagram, the bond diagram. Don't write the lumps of it.
This is primary.
First one is primary, R and H2. Amine. First one is primary because it has one R. Second one is secondary because it has 2 R's. Third one is tertiary because it has 3 R's. And this already learned. Wherever H goes, 1 bond follows. Wherever O goes, 2 bonds follow. Wherever N goes, 3 bonds follow. Wherever carbon goes, 4 bonds follow. We're talking about amines. So N is the main character. N, you see everywhere. 3 bonds will follow.
R is alpha.
Alpha, any kind of alpha. Okay. Next to primary amine, right? Alkyl amine. That will be the naming of it. Alkyl amine.
There's one more type, right?
What do you mean? Naming.
Classification.
Many other.
Quaternary.
Many other.
Like secondary, primary, tertiary.
Quaternary.
There is one more.
Quaternary, the reason is it will be a plus and a minus. It will be an ion. It won't be a salt. So it won't form a salt. So okay, I think we start with the first part immediately. Heading: methods of preparation. Methods of preparation. Under that first one, reduction of nitro compounds. Reduction of nitro compounds. Underline the word nitro. Okay. Now understand. Obvious reason we are trying to find something called as amine. Amine, the whole concept depends on one thing called as N, nitrogen. Okay. So therefore, it is preferred for us to start off with nitrogen compounds. But we will always have to involve a benzene group. Usually, again, first of all, it's organic chemistry. Second of all, I won't tell 99%. 90% of all the reactions we'll be trying to learn amongst amines will be having a benzene group, and it is safer. So make sure you guys learn it along with this. Now, if I use the word nitro compound, very simple. We draw a benzene ring. On top of this, I'm supposed to attach a nitro group. Now, don't get confused. Nitro is spelled like this. Correct? N-I-T-R-O. How I used to remember? N has to get involved as well as the O has to get involved. The first letter and the second letter has to get involved is how I used to remember it. Okay. So, if I write N, I'll pause. I know N has to get involved, along with N, O has to get involved. Now I'll ask a question. Based on this slide, wherever N goes, how many bonds follow? 3 bonds have to follow. Okay. Wherever O goes, how many bonds follow? 2 bonds follow. Remember both of them? I've written N right now. Currently, don't blabber, think and tell. To N, how many bonds are attached right now? Only 1. Correct? It has the capacity to take how many more bonds? 2 more bonds. Correct? So therefore, we'll write O here. Fine, we'll write O. One big problem right now. NO is not complete. Fine, I'll tell you why. CO means carbon monoxide. Have you heard of something called as nitrogen monoxide? Usually it is nitrogen dioxide. Okay, so this concept we had because of C. Is it C right now what we are using? No, we are using N. So therefore, since NO does not exist, I'll have to compensate it by writing NO2. That's how things work. Okay, so it out there. No. Now you need not expand and write as to how NO2 looks like. Reason is because you are writing one complete answer. You need not draw the diagram there. It's not at all required. But remember it. So how I should remember wherever the word nitro is there, N has to get involved along with what are the letter O. Fine. But CO used to exist in the terms of monoxides, but NO will not exist. To compensate that, you will write NO2. And most importantly, we figure out the concept of nitro compounds. Done. Now, what's the meaning of reduction? Reduction has multiple meanings. One of the most used meanings is addition of. what? Hydrogen. Okay. So you write hydrogen here. You doubt that? No? Now, remember this. This happens in presence of multiple catalysts. Most preferred ones are iron in presence of HCl or tin in presence of HCl. Now, if you ask me amongst this, which one is better? This one is better. Reason is because you tell me in our chemistry equations, what do we use most of the times? Fe or Sn? Fe. So that is the reason as to why we tend to prefer that. Okay. Now, how to remember HCl? Remember, what is this called as? Hydrogen. Okay. Hydrogen is an acid indicator or a base indicator. Acid indicator. Therefore, we're supposed to use an acid. We use the most used acid, which is nothing but HCl. Okay. So Fe, wherever reduction is there, and because hydrogen is an indicator of acid, is supposed to use one basic acid named as HCl. That's how the concept works. Right? Write this. Reference said. Now listen, the story goes like this. Now stop thinking from the benzene's perspective, start thinking from the H2's perspective. Okay? This is the story you're supposed to remember from now onwards. Remember it. Now think from H2's perspective, as I told you. Whatever happens, it cannot attack the benzene group directly. Now why? Because benzene right now is completely satisfied. It has all the bonds there, satisfied. The only concept where H2 can either think of attack is that NO2 group. Okay. Now you tell me, let's H2 right now will try to attack somebody with one group. That group was NO2. We figured that out. In NO2, let's try to talk about the weak link. Fine. Now, how do we always find the weak link? Look at the compound again. Who's attached to the benzene directly? Is it N or is it O? N, which means N is a strong link. So obviously, who's the weak link? O. Now, common sense, when hydrogen attacks oxygen, the weak link, the most common product formed is water. Okay. Now, how do we write water? H2O. Fine. We add one H2O. We added one H2. The complete H2 got used up. So, right now, what is remaining is like this. The benzene group remains, one bond, N is attached. So, think from N's perspective, the O2 came outside. Now, obviously, last me said, it's not balanced. We'll talk about the balancing later. No worries. Okay. But do you think at this point of time, based on this rule in chemistry, do you think N is satisfied right now? Wherever N goes, 3 bonds are required. Right now it has how many bonds? 1 bond. To compensate that, we require how many more bonds? 2 more bonds. Okay. Now think. By chance H2 gets attracted to N. Will it be able to compensate those 2 bonds? Yes. Because H2 meaning 2 H's are there, one each. So it will be able to compensate. So blindly H2 will go and sit right next to it. Obviously, ask me a question. We are adding only one H2. How is that it got used up twice? So what was the mistake we did here? Instead of adding one H2, I'm supposed to add how many? 2. So basically it was what? It was a balancing error. But what the logic is how it works? Again, understand H2 always loves oxygen first because the most used product, water. Getting it? But N, the strong link, you're not supposed to leave it open. Open chains or open ends have to be cut. So therefore, H2 also attacks the stronger link, and it can form a stable product. That stable product looks like this. Looks wise, okay. What is it called as? Remember this. Can we call this to be an amine group? Agree? And the benzyl was the R group. So RNH2 was what we learned right now. Instead of R, we are putting benzyl group. That's the meaning of it. Okay. How do we name it as? You can't name it as amine. Primary amine, correct. That's the general form. The actual name of this is nothing but aniline. What? Aniline. So aniline is nothing but you take one amine group, attach it to one benzene group. That the complete concept put together will be called as aniline. You don't here? No problems. Now obviously ask me, this was not balanced. Doesn't matter because it's a byproduct right now. Understood? Write that as aniline, A-N-I-L-I-N-E on your right side. So if on the benzene group you attach OH, it will be called as phenol. Correct? If you attach NH2, meaning amine, it will be called as aniline. That's the first one. Next heading, right? But understand here, we are reducing nitro compounds. The next one also will be reducing reduction of nitriles. Reduction of nitriles. Okay, fine. We are reducing here as well. So, because understand about nitriles. We do not come across nitriles very often compared to nitro compounds. Okay, nitriles are much more complicated looking, or the compound, the form also is kind of complicated.
Nitrates are also cyanides, right?
They are cyanides. Again, like IUPAC name commonly, that's the meaning of it. Okay, so cyanides are nothing but nitriles. How do we generally write cyanides or nitriles? CN. Okay, but in fact, what major mistake I've done right now is, again, if you write this, they will give you marks. Okay, but I am not satisfied. I'll tell you the reason. Between R and C, how many bonds there is? Okay, observe right now. One bond. But based on our logic, wherever N goes, 3 bonds follow. Wherever carbon goes, 4 bonds follow. So by this logic, it will be to compensate carbon, how many more bonds are required? 3 more bonds. To compensate N, how many more bonds are required? 3. 3. Okay. So since both of them share the same number, they tend to share the 3 bonds. Okay. Now, what's the meaning of R? Alkyl group. I'll take an example for alkyl group. What's the most basic alkyl group? Methyl. So I'll write CH3 C triple bond N. Now the name of it is actually methyl cyanide. Why is cyanide? Because CN is there. Okay. NC also will be there. That's called isocyanide. Okay, or isonitrile. Don't get confused. The meaning of nitrile and cyanide literally means the same. But I want this to be seen when you guys draw it in your exam. Okay. Even if you do not draw, it's completely fine. But I want you guys to draw it. Next, the heading says I'm supposed to what? Reduce it. Reduction meaning addition of hydrogen. This figure is done. Now compare 2 words. Compare the word nitro. Compare the word nitrile. Which one is most commonly used? Nitro is more commonly used. Nitrile is once in a while. Since it is once in a while, the catalyst also will be kind of unique. Again, if you observe here, since this is most probably used almost all the times, therefore I use all the common ones. Fe is common, HCl is also common. But here, since I'm using nitriles, since nitrile is not very commonly used, I'm supposed to bring something into picture which is again not common. And in that case, I'll be using this LiAlH4. What is this then? Lithium aluminium hydride. Remember this? Again, this also is a very strong reducing agent. Now, if you compare LiAlH4 with FeHCl, it is dominance. Because that's the reason I told you. For the word nitro, which is used more commonly, we use common items. For the word nitrile, which is kind of premium, we tend to use premium things. That's the logic. Okay. Now, we obviously are doing something called as amines. I know that NH2 has to come and sit there. He wrote there, but in this logic, remember the logic. Nitro, most commonly used words, therefore common use compounds. Here, little hi-fi, therefore we go LiAlH4. We will be able to afford it because if I'm able to get cyanide, I'll also be able to get LiAlH4. But to be very honest, if you start comparing lithium aluminum hydride with Fe or HCl, this is a way better reducing agent. Expensive also. But that's how it works. So copy it here. Below the first part, write cyanide. Yeah, that's enough. Okay, now, why was this preferred compared to the previous one? Reason is because the breaking up here is very simple. Okay, here if you guys observe, I am actually trying to find something called a strong link, weak link, and all these stories going on here. Here, nothing, direct test. I'll tell you how it works. Look at the board for a second. I can see 3 different letters being used, yes or no? One is CH3, which is a separate category, one is C, one is N. Think from CH3's perspective. You think it is satisfied or needs to be satisfied? CH3. Satisfied completely CH3 because Wherever C goes 4 bonds, it is satisfied. Okay. How is the 4 bonds? One is with this C, 3 more is with H. Done. So nothing needs to be done here. In fact, at this point of time, both of them are also satisfied. It's just that the triple bond is a problem. Remember, I think in 10th standard, the first thing that you guys come across, the first thing you guys done in organic chemistry is nothing but saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. Okay. No triple bond is happy. They'll always be stable if they are in their most simplest state. Simplest state meaning single bonds. Okay. So if you ask me which one is stronger, this bond or this bond, yes, I know this is stronger. But who's more happier? This is more happier. That's the logic. Okay. Simple is what they want to. Where they want to go and sit. Now, to become simple, very simple, very easy.
Oh, it's uncle, bro.
Okay. Now, my main agenda is to break the triple bond and make it what bond? Single bond. So now see what I'll do. I'll keep that single bond C. The triple bond, I'll make it as single bond. I'll keep it as N. Now, obviously, you'll ask me why was there any space? Why was there space left in between? Reason is because I'm supposed to compensate that. Now, any doubt here? Triple bond was there. I wanted to make it single bond. Now they are in a happy state, but they are not satisfied. Getting that's how it works. Should I compensate CH3? Not required. By the looks of it, I should think of compensating for C as well as N. Any doubt there? No. Now listen. Currently, this bond here is being shared between whom and whom? C and N. One bond done. This bond between C and C. 2 bonds done. Only thing from the center C's perspective. To compensate, to satisfy that middle C, how many more bonds are required? 2 more bonds. Okay. In both the bonds, what will go and sit? See, if there was an oxygen, I would just put an O there directly. But what is my availability? Only H is there. Okay. So you tell me how many hydrogens are required next to C so that C gets satisfied? 2 more. So I write H with a 2. Correct? Is everything satisfied? Not satisfied. N is still remaining. Now, should I again cross check? Satisfied? Yes. Satisfied? Yes. Talk about N. Right now, N has how many bonds? 1 bond. It requires how many more bonds? 2 more bonds. What is my availability? H2. So, totally you are at H2. How many H2s? 2. Any doubt there? Am I trying to find the weak link here, strong link here like the previous one? No. That is an advantage when I use premium products like this. Directly able to get better results. Understand? Fine. It just moves here and there. That's all. There's no breaking of bonds, at least visibly. But there's a lot of movement, and all the movements are very smooth. That's how concept works. Copy. 1 second. Look at this. Don't you think this complete thing is R? CH3 is the most simplest R. What's the next one? Methyl, ethyl, C2H5. Compare both of them. C2H5, correct? So can I call this as methyl or ethyl? Ethyl, NH2 meaning amine. That's it. Copy. Getting the story, this chapter gives us a lot of room to create stories, unlike other chapters. So please compensate that with. Please use it. In fact, I would want you guys to write that R. Mark that as a bracket and write R. It's easiest. Ethanamine is the name of it. Ethanamine. Ethylamine also is fine, but ethanamine is very common. You guys got the logic there? Fine. Next one. Same. Reduction of amides. AMIDES.
So there are COCO. What is that? Amides. RCOCO.
Don't remember that. I tell you. Wherever chlorine is coming, no, it won't be part of amide. It will be acetyl chloride. That RCOCl, no? Yes, chloride. Getting it? Guys, now again, look at the word amide. Let's start comparing three words. Our nitro is the first one. Second one is what? Nitrile. Last one is what? Amide. Just like nitrile, amide also is used in only very few places in your full organic chemistry. Yes or no? Correct? Which means when it comes to, again, same process only, we are reducing only. Okay? You think it is better for me because look at the name amide. It is better for me to use LiLH4 or my simple products. What? Common sense. Same story, LiLH4. Because we are using amides less number of times, so it is better I use a premium product. So compared to Fe or HCl, what's the premium product? LiLH4. I'll be using this. Now, how to remember amide? This you learned first time in your 10th standard. I remember. I know that. It is called as a what? CHO is called aldehyde. Carboxylic acid. Now, if I put an R here, is it changing? Not changing at all. It's a carboxylic acetate. I mean, still. Now, other day I told you, if you take off the OH in your valency chart is nothing but OH with a minus. So I will choose something with a minus. Let's say Cl minus. If I put Cl here, it's going to become acetyl chloride, acid chloride. Okay. Why acid chloride? Because it was called as carboxylic acid. You take the word acid and you use the word chloride. So it becomes acid chloride, both of them mean the same thing. But now, acid chloride and amide, both of them are rhyming. Think, amide, acid chloride, which means the procedure is the same. What's the procedure? I'm supposed to start off with the carboxylic acid part and replace the what part? The OH part. Replace the OH with what? NH2. Now why NH2? Because what chant are we doing? We're doing amides. So therefore, I'm supposed to have something of their family. Any doubt there? So we start off with the carboxylic acid. If you take off the OH and compensate that with Cl, it becomes acid chloride. Okay? Acid chloride, amide, both of them are rhyming, which means the procedure remains the same. So you start off with the acid, take off the OH. Since I'm doing amide or amines family, I'll choose NH2 and compensate them. Now the heading, what procedure I'm supposed to perform here? Reduction, meaning addition of H2. Amide word was not used, is used rarely. So I'll be using a premium product. It's nothing but lithium aluminum hydride, LiAlH4. Agree? Now, just now we learned that wherever a premium product is being used, we let go looking for that strong link, weak link, and all these things. Nothing. Directly, it's gonna shift like this. Okay. Now, by the looks of it, think and tell me. Look at everything here. Look at R, look at C, look at O, look at NH2. Think from H2's perspective. Only H2's perspective. By the looks of it, H2 will directly attack who? O. Reason is because wherever hydrogen and oxygen attack, they form what? Water. And it is like a comfort zone with O. Okay. So hydrogen first attacks and attacks O, forms of water. Any doubt there? No. What will the remaining thing look like? It look like this: R C single bond NH2. Agree? It's almost an amine. Yes or no? Almost. Why am I using the word almost? Because usually we fight to get an H2, but automatically I've got an H2 right now. So what is supposed to be the change? Look at this. In any compensation required for R here? No, it's set. What about NH2? Is it happy there? Because wherever N goes, 3 bonds are required. 1 with C, 2 with H. Happy. NH2 is complete also. The only person who is not happy is nothing but C here. Wherever carbon goes, how many bonds are required? 4. Out of 4, how many does it already have? 2. Requires how many more? 2. So, right now, if I am able to get the balance right, will I be able to get the H2 right? That's all. So, I will put 2. Correct? Some kind of amine it is. So, from amide, I reduced it using a premium product. H2, the moment you introduce it, it attacked O, formed water, job done. Is it finding strong link, weak link, all those things? No. But the strong link, weak link happened if a less used product is being, a less efficient product is being used. Less efficient, I'm talking in terms of what sense still, comparison between this and this, not with your regular things. Okay? Any doubt here? So, no doubt. So, the process of amide becoming an amine, but more than this, you got to remember that. Which one tell? That carboxylic acid becomes acid chloride. Acid chloride is rhyming with amide. So the procedure remains the same. What's the only change? We take off the chloride and we put amide family. It's nothing but NH2. Reduction, you guys know how it works. some kind of amine. Okay, right. Now see, I will tell R, so I will be specific. Done now? Next. We just put amine words, right?
Sure, but this is a general reaction, right?
Yeah, you change the R to CH3, answer is there. That's all. So if it is CH3, it will be called ethanamide. It's just like the previous one. That will be called ethanamide. Ethanamide. So there will be like convert ethanamide to ethanamide. But end of the day, what you look at is amide to amide. DMT, whatever. Ignore that. Propanamide doesn't matter. Amide to what? Amide. This is the reaction. So to convert amide to amine, we reduce this. That's all. Okay. Next. Hoffman's. HOFFMANN. Hoffman's. Guys, tomorrow morning we're done with this chapter, I'm telling you. So make sure you guys attend tomorrow's class also. I won't be able to finish fully today because if I only am paid, then I have to continue with translations. So, but tomorrow morning chapter will be done. Hoffman's ammonolysis. Ammono. AMMONO lysis. Below that, write one small statement. Alkyl halide. Alkyl halide. It is also called as what? Haloalkane. First chapter. Correct? Alkyl halide plus ammonia. Ammonia you will write. See, we know that this chapter looks very similar to ammonia, yet we still haven't used the word ammonia completely yet. Okay? I mean, completely till now. That's because of this specific reason. Hoffman's ammonialysis deals only with ammonia. Okay? Now, allied general reaction, we'll try to understand. Listen, don't write. RX. Correct me if I'm wrong. Kya ho raha hai? Haloalkane or alkyl halide. Both of them are the same thing. Okay? Look at the board for a second. I've taken a general reaction. I've taken RX plus I'm supposed to add ammonia. Tell me what's the answer? How do you break ammonia? NH3. Okay. I am telling you one thing. Remember this. Ammonia is available to you guys in infinite quantity. I am not telling take 1, 2, 3, 4, infinite. How much ever? It's like a pool of ammonia. You want to keep drawing, we will keep sending. That's how it is. So, that's the only thing you're supposed to remember. It will never end. Infinity. Okay? Now you tell me. Again. Yeah. Fine. Now, think from R and X's perspective. Ammonia will attack it. Now, obviously, ask me why, how are we trying to give the power to ammonia compared to RX? Simple. RX right now on the board, how many can you see? 1 you can see. But I am telling you, I am providing how much ammonia to you guys? Infinite. Who's more? Ammonia. So, who has to be dominant? Ammonia. So, therefore, you will start thinking from ammonia's perspective. So, this has to break. Now, the bond between R and X breaks. I'll pause for a second. R means some kind of alkyl group where C is getting involved. X meaning some kind of halogen group. Okay, examples are fluorine, bromine, iodine, all these things. Now you tell me, once the bond breaks, the halogen part becomes more positive or more negative. Any doubt there? No? So Cl is always minus, Cl1 minus, Br1 minus, N1 minus. So this became more negative. If this became negative, the plus will go sit on R. To be more precise, it will go sit on the C part of that concept. Like if it is CH3, it will go sit here. That's why carbocation, carbanion is what we learned. Okay? So, any doubt here? No? Now, the X has a minus. So, you think from X's perspective, right now it is negative. It wants somebody who is positive to come and form a bond. Any doubt there? No. Think from this perspective, it is minus. It wants somebody who is positive. Compared to N and H, who do you think is positive? H. How many X's are there? 1. So, to compensate that 1X, how many H is required? 1. So, I take this off. 1H goes and sits next to X becomes HX. Agree? HX comes out as a byproduct. Any doubt here? HX example is HCl, HBr, HI, HF. Have you seen all these things? Obviously. Okay. Gas will come out as. It came out. Now think. In this perspective, what is left? RNH? 2. R is left. Here who is left? You doubt that? But I told you NH3 is. Okay, before that. Right now look at this. Primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine. It's an amine first of all? Yeah. Primary amine we know. Because of the number of R's getting attached to it directly. Okay. Now I am telling NH3 you are using how many times? Infinite number of times. Agreed? Do one thing. You write this first. But I want a lot of space for this. Either you choose to write like this or like an L. Anything is fine. After this, I want two more steps. Either you choose a L or you choose one straight line. Done. Somewhere on top or the bottom, 1 degree. Winning. Primary. Now look at the story. I said initially in this full Hoffman's ammonolysis, you have to remember one condition that we have an infinite pool of ammonia. Infinite. Okay. After this is found, you think that ammonia will be quiet? No. It will want to attack. Okay. All those things are fine. Okay. But because this is also infinite, this is not completely infinite, but it is not also one. There are many here. Okay. I'm using the word many. It is not infinite word. Okay. There are like 10 or 12. Compared to ammonia, it is less. But it is not in single digits. There are more. Okay. Even it can provide. So what happens after the first primary amine got formed, it won't be quiet. We will have to again add Rx. This is what I'm adding. Okay. Same story. Breaks. If it breaks, X becomes minus, R becomes plus. This minus requires somebody who is positive. Is there somebody positive here? Yes. Who is that? H. Now to compensate this X, how many H is required? 1. So that comes out and sits as a byproduct formula Hx. Ain't out there. Why am I putting minus? Outside product, byproduct. Ignore. Now, after this, X got used up. Out of R and H2, H got used up. R and H is remaining along with this R. So it becomes R2 NH. But this is the writing of it. Don't think it looks like this. It will be like N. One H was already sitting there. Agree? One R was sitting here. One more R came and sat here. Correct? Look at this by the looks of it. Primary, secondary, tertiary. Secondary amine. Wait.
Can't be rated as R2
Correct. Right. But I wanted to show you how it looks like. Okay. Now R2NH we have. I am telling you this one to sit quiet because infinite pool of ammonia is there. Ego that also has many number. So we again add what? Rx. What story? Same story. One breaks. X becomes negative. To compensate this X, we require H. Is there H there? Yes. They come out as out there. So what happens? R, N, R with another R. By the looks of it, tertiary. But don't stop. Again we add Rx. Does it have any H here? No. Therefore this also breaks. It forms quaternary ammonium salt. What salt? Quaternary ammonium salt. You get an answer here. It will be in terms of plus and minus. Okay. You get one side positive, you get one side negative. Reason is because once this breaks down, R goes and sits here, but only R won't go sit. The R plus will go and sit there. So it becomes R4 plus hyphen n to the power negative and all those things will happen. We'll write that. But any doubt here? It won't stop even after all the hydrogens got used up. That ego problem was there because it got dominated the first step. And if you choose in the complete story, I told what? The story starts off by taking what to be infinite? NH3. NH3 plays an important role only there. But throughout the process, who plays an important role? Rx. Reason is because ego. This will have dominated that so much that it can't take. It will be like, let's compensate the full reactions. You know that? No. One more step is required there. So make sure you guys write it like this. Okay, look at this last one. Now after this breaks down, see what all has to be dealt with. Totally, how many R's will be there? 3. After this breaks down, 4. So you write R4. Okay. Now, is the N there? Yeah. Is the X there? Yeah. Fine. Now, but when you write the signs, very important. On top of X, what sign will be there? Minus. You note that? No? If this is a minus, right next to it has to be a plus. So the actual plus, even though it was supposed to be on 4, I mean R, it goes and sits where? N. You note that? Don't mug this up. As usually write X. On top of that put a minus. Minus next to it has to be a plus. Now how do you name this? Totally how many R's are there? 4. 4 meaning quarter. Quaternary ammonium salt. Fine? Better.
How do you draw the structure?
No, it's not. It's incomplete.
You have to show that.
Oh, this one?
So for how many marks will ask this?
It's a typical 3 marker. Right? 1, 2, 3 steps. 3 steps of Hoffman's analysis. Okay, below that, right, Ri greater than RBR greater than RCL.
So no need to write the statement.
What?
They ask us to write statement.
For this?
Yeah.
What will write this?
I don't know, sir. Even hello, even all the
What is
reactions.
ammonolysis?
What is amino analysis, sir?
No, like they'll be like what are species are reacting, what species are reacting. Anything what is reacting, write about it, what is the
Yes.
product.
Okay, now see, I'll teach you a general how to do it. Rx is named as what? Alkyl halide. We put a plus in between, no? We'll write reacts with NH3 is called as ammonia to form primary amide, which reacts with excess of alkyl halide to form secondary until and the process stops once it forms quaternary ammonium salt or till it forms quaternary ammonium salt. Frame it like that. That's all. Okay. Everything is covered here. Very well.
So,
Ri, bro, basically iodine is much stronger compared to bromine, compared to chlorine. That's all. X is there, that's what I'm very much is to import at CET will be asked for. Hussein, then you can't get into CET here.
What?
Engineering.
I can.
How?
I'm Indian, sir.
It is not like that.
Indian.
I'm not into like I'm seriously telling you that you're supposed to finish so many years of your schooling.
7 years.
9.
Yeah.
More.
No, 7
When did they come?
They came same as my age. Like they came in 17th grade.
7th grade they came out.
Yeah.
And they wrote CET.
They wrote.
Powder.
No, that's not.
They actually wrote.
Comment के दावे written bro.
So it was definitely CET.
Sir, one is from Delhi, my friend.
Ah.
He told 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah, 7 years he has to study in Karnataka to give CET.
Then I think he'll be able to give.
Yeah.
No, doctor, but
Second standard you are here.
yeah.
I will check bro. Doubt only.
Analyzer.
No, but if you even write comment K, that is there. But let's see.
So second side of Ninja.
पता नहीं भाई. I think see I remember my years. 12 years of schooling was required, including the college. So 2 years in 11th and 12th, and before that 10 years was required. That's what that is. So 10 years, I mean 12 years of total in Karnataka. Sure. Done. That's why it's K set. Or else only write comment K that time. 2 years back also one guy was there. His name was Askari. I think he comes to this mass from here. Askari, okay. It's same problem. That fellow is from Qatar. He's from Qatar. And one more guy was from Muscat. He was right. They didn't write CET. Everybody got into comment only. They wrote comment can. Askari was in Boarding Boys from when he was in second or third standard only. So you check once.
Yes.
What's the application? Kabre application. Okay. Right, next one. Hoffman's bromamide. Hoffman's brom, B-R-O-M, amide. Reaction. Kala. Kala, kala. Tell by 2 minutes में डालो अभी. एक घंटे से नहीं डालो. क्या नंबर नहीं क्या?
नहीं मल्ली स्पोक देते हैं
hey
बात करो कौन सा रोड बोलो
O'Shaughnessy Road.
वर्ल्ड विंग गर्ल्स पक्का बिल्डिंग बोला
ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಪಕ್ಕದ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಫ್ ಅನ್ ಅವರ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವು बोल रहे एग्जाम ಇದೆ ನಾಳೆ ಹೇಳಿ अरे क्या सच्ची में बोल रहे एग्जाम ಇದೆ ನಾಳೆ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಹೋಟೆಲ್ What's his name, bro? I don't know. Yeah, fucking nonsense.
Sir, you call. I given you the number.
Another phone. So, अरे सोने दे रहे परवाह नहीं अभी करंट लगे सोने दे परवाह नहीं
सर उसका पास आता था करंट
I don't think so bro.
Sir, but why do
Hello?
they cut electricity?
ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಹತ್ರ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್
पक्का बिल्डिंग
ಪಕ್ಕದ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್
O'Shaughnessy Road.
ಶಾಂಗೇಸಿ ರೋಡ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ
Said what?
Check ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
Check ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ fucking what you think I'm telling you?
Yes, sir. 2
Sir,
minutes
sir,
wait
sir.
now. 2 minutes it will come back.
What they
Sir, but what do they get by cutting electricity?
they save money. No, I'm serious.
क्या तो काम करते रहते हैं सर कहीं
Go on.
Yeah, some work will be going on.
Every day they'll work then. No, every day they'll work. Bro, what bro? That is what.
Why
Why
the
are
trains also things switch it off?
bro these fuckers nowadays bro fucking ajeeb it is.
How do they earn money from that?
It's a loss for the government. They don't earn money. They stop the cut off money.
Oh.
So it will be like per minute so much lakhs will be going. Getting it? So if you cut let's say 15 minutes of current, you can save so much money. So government they won't profitable on first of all last one only. So little they can save money. That's what. And we will be sitting like this. Tension will become bad. So no, which 2025 anymore? Actually is cutting current and all means what big it is. You're learning AI robotics. Current in AI. क्या robotics पढ़ाएगा? आई मदनी the checker क्या आएगा क्या होगी? Confused चला गया तो fix कर
सुनना
गया.
जाता है
Sir, it made it worse.
Hey bro.
ट्यूब लेके
ड्यूरा checker उधर से सीधा समझा रहा नहीं. चल रहा है क्या? Then see. Again call to after 2 minutes. What are you attack I find a number for my area, bro. My area actually they won't cut current, but if they cut current, also 5 minutes will be back.
I don't know, I somehow got
They
this.
rarely cut, but if they cut, they won't do it for very long time.
Safe that. Anyways, I'll tell you. Start writing. I'll tell you. Can you see? I mean, circle the word amide in the heading. Bromamide is there. No, amide is there. Check. Circle that. Write amide. How do you draw amide? CH3, C double bond O and H2. Right there. If you don't know, flip the previous page. I have written on amide there. Done a drawing. Plus. CH3, C double O, NH2. Done no? Amide. Plus. Go back to the heading. Underline the word brom. What's the meaning of brometal? Br. But right, Br2 because Cl2, I2, Br2 is the stable points. So right, plus Br2. Any doubt there? So second word helps us to give me two different reactants. Found that? Plus. To compensate this, you'll be adding one base. That base is, okay, listen up. What are the most commonly used bases which are strong? NaOH as well as KOH. Both of them are actually are the same. Use KOH. Right? Plus KOH. Okay, I will tell you how I should remember this. What's the full name of the reaction? Hoffman's bromamide reaction. Correct? Totally how many words being used? 3 words being used. Hoffman is useless there. Bromamide helps me to give two different reactants. The last one I'm supposed to remember it. So how do you remember this? Hoffman bromamide reaction, 3 words, therefore 3 important reactants. That's how it is. Cool. Put that arrow mark. Done. Now observe your book properly and only answer. Don't look at me, observe the book. Only look at amide. Amide, totally 3 letters were there. First one, 3 groups in fact. First one is CH3. Second one is C double bond O. That's it. Madani, call him, Mantu.
ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ಸಾಕು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅರೆ 190 ವಾರಂಟಿ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಕೊನೆ ಪಕ್ಕ give him also number bro it's all very
so no if in my area if I call 1912
yeah
ಸೊ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಹೋಗೋದು ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ.
well ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ
Whoever call करे तो भी no हाथीनी that
Who?
some medal will become.
hey no bro in my area also 112 is very strong
But here it doesn't work. That's why I took this number.
spelling again
Spelling again.
I go to computer
ಹಲೋ ಸರ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಸರ್.
thank you
Thank you so much.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಫಾರಿನ್ ಬಸ್ ಫಾರಿನ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಗರ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಶಾಂತಿನಗರ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಸರ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Once okay, like in my studio I have a lot of lights. I had bought this floodlight, you know. I had kept the studio a small floodlight. I put that in full fuse top it went for full load in top. I called that for the one where was damaged. He came. I don't see. I only called him. I thought some motherfucker has put off something. He's gone. He came. He fixed okay. He called me. He's like, what's the building problem yesterday? Yeah, okay. 50 rupees. Okay. Anything full wire was fucking burnt, bro. Crazy guys. The number I took this number, I don't know where I got. Inside. What are sending money? I don't want that, right? Is that? Yeah. What happened? No. Okay. Look at this. How to remember this now? Important. Focus here. Ignore this part. Huh? If you ignore that part from the first compound, what remains? CH3. That's the answer. Easy. Plus. Now listen. KOH breaks down. Remember, KOH right now is only 1, but you can actually add more later. Okay. If it breaks down, it forms what and what? K plus as well as OH minus. We'll try to finish off the most used ones. K plus will react with Br to form KBr. Now obviously you tell me, sir, it is not balancing. You balance later. But we got the product. Fine. So K used with PR, done. Next. K will have to get reacted with this part, the ignored part. Fine. CO and K. What is something called as K2CO3? Huh? Potassium carbonate. Look at that. K is there, carbonate is there. If you combine both of them together, it becomes K2CO3. So 1 K2CO3 is formed. So till now, how many Ks we got used? 3. Or 1 plus 2. Okay, 3. Now, one thing. Right now we have one BR. We actually had how many? BR I got. I was watching that thing again. One BR is we've got, but on the left side we had 2. So to balance it, I'm supposed to put what number here? 2. Now tell me totally how many Ks got used? 4. Made out there? No. Fine. If 4 KOH got used, obviously 4 K pluses along with 4 OH minus got used up. Any doubt there? Here, any doubt? Now, can we all agree that this part got used up, this part got used up, BR2 also got used up, this part got used up? Any doubt? Only this is left. OH. Fine. What is this? Water. Now, what? Water. So good amount of water is being formed here. Fine. Now I'll write 2. Any doubt there? No. The O2 will be a problem. You'll get compensated. Don't worry. Any doubt here? No. Again, if you ask what are the main components, this is the main component. Again, I didn't mug up the number 4. We're using phone business for all.
No, sir.
The center part you'll ignore.
Yeah.
CH3 NH2 main product done. And this breaks down. We do not have this number. Only KOH breaks down. K plus as well as OH minus. So you start involving K plus with everything. First K and PR. What's KBR? Now number has to be compensated. That I will do. This K has to be ignored with the compensated with the ignored part here. C and O. KCO will be there. Potassium carbonate. So I'll write that K2CO3. Fine. Done. Guys, 1 second, wait. 2, 3, 5, 4. See, already it's got balanced. Look at this. Here, okay, left hand side totally. We had 4 oxygens plus 1. How many? 5. 3 plus 2. How many? 5. Done. This is actually got used up where? In the formation of K2CO3. Correct? Now, well done. K with BR, KBR, K with CO, K2CO3, done. This is because of the chart. CO3 2 minus K1 plus this plus K2CO3. Now, we had 4, then we realized that BR is not balanced. We go balance 2 and 2. So we realized totally we used 2 plus 2, 4 Ks. I'll put 4. Then I realized it's not only 4 Ks, it became 4 K pluses along with 4 OH minus. I write OH minus like this. Water, 2 waters got formed. I wrote 2 waters. Then you see the oxygens already balanced. Any doubt here? No? Very important this concept is. So this is the 4th method of preparation, no? Check. Or 5th one? 5th. Okay. Check all the 5 colors again. See if you can recall the stories, whatever I told you along with that. If it is very commonly used, क्या हुआ रे? Understood? Huh?
Yeah.
Just don't mug up the number 4. You will go up organically when you realize.
there are two Hoffman.
There are many more, but till now we get to. It's very famous for amines. Spices.
No.
Then next one. So-called the most difficult reaction in the entire organic chemistry. Okay, so right, Gabriel Thalamide reaction.
Yeah, for long way.
Yeah.
But sir, today it will cover something.
Understood?
He did.
Okay.
You draw the benzene ring, right?
Benzene ring and then hydrogen something.
PTH, whatever the fucking PT, PhD, HA, LIMID. क्या ये समझ में नहीं आया क्या कॉलेज में?
Sir, my call
Okay, first listen. Only write the thalamide part, then I'll explain how to remember it. Okay, and I'll tell you a story. This is not at all cooked up story. It's a real story. So obviously till now whatever I did is all cooked up only, no? Like expenses and all is cooked up. This is literally a real story. But the only thing I want you guys to remember is the thalamide. If you remember this, I can help out with the other parts. Okay. So understand initially it's always the closed part. Fine, I'll tell you how this is easy, no? Benzene. Then remember it's a mirrored thing. I told you it has to be closed. So to close this, I need two exits. Ain't out there? That's why remember it. Benzene, you mirror one thing and you close the exits. That's all, thalamide. Okay. At the closing juncture, it has to be a one segregated kind of thing. It will be an H. Now obviously why an H? Because it is amine. Any doubt here? That's the meaning of thalamide. Repeat the procedure. First you draw benzene, don't look at the board. Then you mirror it, then you close the exits. That's all. Mirror it, benzene, mirror it, close the exits. You will mirror with what? C11O. Fine. Okay. I'll tell you a story. Listen. You guys have all these things going on, no? In college, right now it will become ethnic day, graduation day, and all these things. It happens in your colleges also, but it is pretty famous in Jain College. Obviously, you know the reasons. Okay, that's you get access to a lot of people that specific day. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys are allowed to go to your ethnic day or your graduation in your bikes and all those things. Like, will they allow you inside the campus? No, but we don't have a campus, so it's all ours only. Have I told you about my friend named Kunal? No. So he's my friend from nursery, bro. Both of us are like benchmates, like literally. So first day when I went to my school, I went and sat in the last bench. The guy who came and sat next to me was Kunal. And when we graduated after 12th standard, both of us were still together. That's how. That's the logic basically. One friendship story that is. Okay. Now this guy was actually dating on a girl. Fine. Bike freak, drinks a lot of alcohol and all those things. Okay, bike freak. He got ready on which day? Ethnic graduation day. Okay, he came. And usually, when he used to come to my college, he used to bring his Enfield and come. He used to have Enfield. But he has some multiple collection of bikes. That day he came in RX. Which bike? RX. So understand, graduation day, what it is, Jain College is known for graduation day. Reason is because people come drunk there. So they consume what? Alcohol. They consume alcohol. They, in a sense, I'm talking about my friend. Let's talk about my friend. So he consumed alcohol. His name was what? Kunal. Okay, remember this. I'm serious. That's important. So he came where? Graduation day. Consumed a lot of what? Alcohol. Came on which bike? Okay, fine. Now, if you see Jain College, it's like literally an apartment. So we hang out opposite to that apartment, basically. There's polar bear there, ice cream shop. Okay. you tend to sit there, you get some space to sit. This fellow was sitting there. This girl, the so-called girlfriend of his, he started trying to pull her legs basically, not literally, but he was trying to pull her legs. At one point of time, she got offended. Like, in the love, he got offended. Coincidentally, again, completely coincidence, cops were there. Okay, cops were there. So they thought this guy is actually harassing her. Fine. No, you're laughing, but understand you were there in the situation. He was harassing her. You see these cops now, for one small cigarette only, they'll ask you, they'll take fines and all. Just imagine a guy dressed up in a suit trying to harass a girl. So they take it seriously. If you see from Veepuram, maximum 300 meters, you find on police station, it is Basamudi police station. Very famous for all these useless things. Half the time on the news will be that only. Okay, Basamudi police station, it's like one different police station it is. Cops came, Hoysala guys came. They pulled him, they put him in the thing and went. Where? Station. Okay. Now obviously right behind him, we are all went. When we went, they made him sit on the floor. They took his jacket off, they made him sit on the floor, and they were interrogating him, telling what we were doing with that girl and all those things. After some point of time, little calm it became. He was still in the high. Why was he high? Alcohol, drunk he was. One constable came from inside. You see, these cops will have a different belt to hit people. They won't wear, they'll have a different, it'll be so thick. Like a lathi, they'll also have a belt, it's a leather belt. So they made him stand up, okay? So they made him do this, one they gave him, like literally, we could hear it outside. Crazy they gave, okay? They're like, once more I should not see you in the area doing like this. The moment he got hit, literally, the alcohol content got low in his body, his mind opened up. Fine, then he came back. What happened later, let's not talk about it. But any doubt in this part of the story? It's not a complete story, but any doubt in the story? No. So initially, when did this happen? It happened on graduation day. It's like a ceremony kind of thing. Okay. He was acting in a weird way because he was under the influence of alcohol. That's the first step. He came in which way? Sitting in front of the apartment trying to harass a girl. Correct? No. Fine. I'll tell you why the harassment happened. In the sense, like why he was talking like so seriously. She was actually talking with one more guy. Understood? So if you think from her perspective, I don't know how true it was. So he told me that she was talking to some other guy. Obviously, I don't talk to her. Can we tell that she was trying to replace him? Correct? Replacing only. But he always wanted to come and sit right there in the spot. He didn't want to get replaced. That was his perspective. But I'm not even technical. She was trying to replace him. This fellow felt like that. Why? He was drunk. No, that's why. Okay. So he was drunk and the fight happened because he was trying to replace him. Okay. Then the cops came. They took him for harassment case. At least they took him to the nearby police station. They hit him. The moment they hit him, his mind opened up. Okay. Now, starting. This can you remember? How do you remember this? You start with the benzene. Mirror it. You exit. You close the exits with one thing. The story starts off with the ceremony. Ceremony has multiple events. Multiple events happened. Benzene, mirror it, you close it. Multiple events happened. Then he was under the influence of alcoholic potash, which is KOH. Get out there, alcoholic potash. Fine. Now what happens? Few replacement will happen there. We do the replacement. Now we will get some answer here. Once the answer comes, next step. He had come in. Okay, you tell me the story. Alcoholic potash. He came. Under the influence of alcohol, he comes. In which way? You will get some answer. Next, what happens? Why? What was the reason for the harassment? Replacement was happening. We'll have to replace something here. Next, let me go to the. Okay, and most importantly, I told you, they made him sit. Remember, I told you, they made him sit where? Down. So can we tell they were giving the most basic requirements? No sofa, nothing. Sit on the floor. That's the most basic thing. Okay. So you add a base. What's the most common base? Then the cop comes with the belt. He gives him one. His mind. That exit there, opens up, and you get an answer. That's not the full story, but good enough to remember. Repeat that. Let's see. Starts off when ceremony, meaning multiple events. Multiple events happening there. What are the events here? Start with the benzene, then you mirror them, then you close the exits with the most obvious thing, which is amine, NH. Then alcohol, another influence of alcohol, so it becomes alcoholic potash. One answer you get. He comes in. Huh? One more answer you get. Now what happens? Harassment happens. What was the reason? Replacement was done by the girl. Ignore that. But replacement happened there. And because he was trying to harass, the cops took him to the station and made him sit on the floor. Gave him the most basic things. What's the most used case? Then the cop comes, belts in his mind. Gabriel Calamite, 3 marks. तेरा मदनी स्टोरी समझ में आया क्या? तू ये तो स्टोरी में तुझे भी लेके जा रहा है.
Continue.
No, every year I tell this, they will continue the story. Anyways,
Yes.
I swear to God, your story. No, obviously, this is what I added. They made him come and sit on the floor. I can't just sit on the floor. So I told Jake, providing the most basic comment. This is really happened. In fact, they gave us also. They're like, fuckers are coming behind. They are serious. That is the end of the story. They're like, call all your friends outside. Three of them went. They were like, take off your jackets, fold your shirts. We kept like this. He gave and this. Serious. So, including me, him, and one more guy, 3 of them got. They're like, what the fuck is this? He's harassing a girl. We were looking at him and wait. We didn't even look at him.
Sir, but she didn't tell anything.
Bro, she was a mental. She didn't talk only. She was, I think, waiting for it or something. Tension I became. She didn't talk only. Then we were like, call the girl and all. That's what I was telling her, don't call her. Again, one more case again. No, the thing is, well, under 18, so it's fine. But then you also ask for license and all. Anyways, done with this, copy the first part. Then write alcoholic potash. So write KOH with alcohol symbol there. Remember the story for the first one. I told you what story? Ceremony. So it has to have multiple events. Arey, you tell me which part of the thing is cooked up before? No, I told you in sequence. I told correct. Now what is wrong in this letter? Don't happen here, yes, college. Ganja party, what's it? Done, huh? Now listen. If you remember this concept, finding the logic is very simple. I'll tell you how. KOH is a used base. If KOH breaks down, don't try. Tell me what and what will form. K plus as well as. Now, we are crazy. Crazy part is here N and H will break down. H will get what sign? Plus sign. H plus reacts with OH minus to form water. Done. What remains looks like this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, now I want to take off. Let's see how much there is. I'll ask you a question. Where it's still in, he is another influence of alcohol. Will he open up here? He'll open up only after he gets one. And then getting one happens where in the police station once they give him the basic needs. Remember that. So C double bond O with the C double bond O remains as it is. The closure also remains as it is. This H and OH minus came outside as water, minus water. Here K plus was remaining. The N was already there, K plus went and sat. Wanted to keep the plus and the minus. If this is a plus, this will be a. Don't draw, listen. Any doubt here? No? Full concept. Is the ceremony still going on? Correct? No? Okay. Now, alcohol, another influence of alcohol. Next, you tell me, what's the step? It comes in RX. RX, what's the chemistry meaning of it? Alkyl halide. If it breaks down, it forms what and what? R plus as well as X minus. Keep that in mind. So this K plus will attract whom? X minus and form KX. Now I won't tell you what's the answer, but tell me, after RX, in the story, what I told? They were fighting for what? Replacement. Now see, K outside it came, X also came. Instead of K, who will go sit now? Replaced. But the thing should work. That was the reason for the fight there. Cool. So correct me if I'm wrong. 1 second. I'll draw it here. Okay. Does it open up here? C double bond O, C double. N was there, I know minus. Instead of that comes what? Done. Okay. But keep in mind, R will have a plus or minus. We'll have a plus. Remember this. I'm not writing it, but remember it. Okay. So he came in Rx. Replacement was the reason they were fighting. So once they fought, what happens? The cops comes and they thought it was harassment, which means they took him to the. Once they took him to the police station, they made him sit where? On the floor and gave him the most basic needs. What's the? But remember it. If you do it like this, wrong. Why? Can we all agree that at this point of time we are using the second base here? Because actually Q is also base. Correct? Now we split there. You can't split it normally here also. So how do you split it? You split it like this. Alright? Fine. Now they gave him the most basic needs. After the they made it on the floor. After the floor, who came? Cop came with the belt and gave him one. The moment he got one, he opened up. What opens up now? It opens up. Huh? See. This I'll draw. Should I fix it later? No connecting it. So C double bond O, C double bond O was already there. Wait a second, don't let this. Correct. Just open up. Open up meaning this bond should break. Agree? How did this break up here? O and A. Think. C double bond O. Think from this carbon perspective. Wherever carbon goes, how many bonds are required? 4. Right now, this carbon has how many? 3. Requires 1 more. Nah. This completely break up. There's no connection here. Done. Broke. Rn is not in connect anymore. Okay. O and A. O and A has to come. Fine. Now O N A. 8 out here. Where oxygen goes, how many bonds follow? 2. Where carbon goes 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Both of them are following what principle? Mirror principle. So whatever happens here should also happen here. So in total, was I using 1 NaOH or was I using 2 NaOH? Correct? If I am using 2 NaOH, 2 NaOH came out along with how many H's? 2 H's. Any doubt here? Plus, after the bond break, what was found? Okay, you think cop came, gave him a hit. Mind opened up. End of the day, he become alright. What is becoming alright in this chapter called? Forming an amine. R is there, N is there. What should I add next to it so that it becomes proper? H2. Do I have H2? By the looks of it, what amine? Primary amine. What is the meaning of opening up there? You go to your regular state. Regular state is primary amine. Hey, out there. What the story? यार मार पड़ा है रे तुझे स्टेशन में नहीं पड़ा इधर तो पड़ेगा ये डाउट है got it what bro understood bro yes sir remember bro मेरे फैजान आरएस का नहीं करने का राइस में क्या था राउंड रेडी can see up this one yeah, I forgot about restudying. I thought in that way. Good and my friend for final exam. But Kamra, I told you, I took your story only, I made one smooth sequence. Seriously. Bro, impossible to remember this, bro. You look at how fucking monstrous it looks. Yeah, you can't buy at this. No, let's say by chance instead of writing RX, you write something else there. Can't. But understand, harassment happened for what reason? Replacement. Replacement is required. And this is the part where replacement happened here. Listen. Correct. So, we'll have to name that part. You write N as it is. Which N? Huh? What's the meaning of R in organic chemistry? Right, alkyl. What is the remaining shape called as? Thalamide. Just now you learned. Gabriel is the name of the guy. Ignore that. N-alkyl thalamide. Okay. Here, sodium is being involved. And we all say wherever sodium is being involved, the salt, some kind of salt. Sodium thalate. Thalate. Okay. Sodium thalate. Correct? What is this called as? Primary amine. What's the ending of this part of the story? Once his mind opens up, obviously that thing will go, no? When the high goes, he comes back to its natural state, which is the OG. Okay. In alkyl thalate and sodium, thalamide, and this is sodium thalate. But how did I teach this in college? Actually, even I forgotten, like how they taught me. How they taught you that? What's that?
You can't understand.
So, what's the question, please slowly.
What's your class strength?
82.
How will they handle so many people, bro?
Nothing, everybody's scared
Because
of
only
her.
17 are there in our class. Out of
When she
89.
comes, everybody will be quiet.
What? 17?
Yeah.
In the
Nobody came today because yesterday was sports day. Nobody took class, only chemistry teacher took my class.
You went, huh?
I had to.
Last week, guys, more than 35 people were absent.
She's telling our class teacher, even if there's one student, I'll take class.
I don't know
What the spirit in there?
Sir, 54 students took that class.
Yeah. Out of?
Out
80.
of 79, and you know what? In that, like majority were the people who were supposed to stay because they had CT classes after the class. Our teachers, everyone went crazy. They were like, write a letter. Write a
You were
letter.
there?
See, I was absent. No, I was absent that day because we had talks.
Absent.
And like a week before, I had forced my class teacher's side because I had to show it to my Hindi sir. He didn't check. Now, if I go to my class teacher, I'll get marked. She is like, okay, you are absent, show me your diary. Now, if I show my full side, so I didn't go to her. She didn't ask about it. Then one Monday I was absent, the same Monday. So basically, I told the electronics teacher, you have to go out and you have to show it to her. I forgot about that side. I didn't even take side. So Thursday night, I remembered, okay, I have to take side. I sat. I wrote, I took a sign. I signed by myself. The sign went
Wrong.
wrong. It went. I ran to the stationery, I took ink eraser. I started rubbing it.
Page it off.
Page went off. The page went off. I went crazy, okay? I went screaming. My mom is like, what's wrong with her? Let's see, this is what happened. So then afterwards, then later my mom.
Why are you doing all these things?
No, she told scratch it off. I scratched it.
Yeah.
So then again my mom's time. And then later 3 pages I do, okay? Full forge, I forged a sign. Then I took a red pen. I signed, it came correct. So
Practice it,
yeah, practice I did. Then I had to, like we had those columns, okay? I had to put my finger on it and this is how I had to show it. She's really precise in checking, sir. She takes the diary into her hand. Once she was entering the class, I showed it to her and then I ran in the class.
What the kids do, you ask your colleges?
Sir, they are like that only. Sir, we have to show them, we get scared, If I would have been caught and full shoes, sir, she tells, I'll punch you, I'll kick you. That's what she tells.
Who's that?
I'll
What's her
shock
name?
you. Savita.
कौन रहा पता नहीं सविता?
नहीं, Pavitra. I'll punch you. That is what she tells. And sir, one thing, what? One of his friends only, she's like, you are talking too much, I'll punch you. That is what she tells.
Konnichiwa.
Punch, I'll stitch your mouth, she tells.
Adani. Bro, the fellow from an all boys college school, bro. You'll be getting got these all these things. Kare? Bro, that Umesh was there. Remember Umesh from this?
Yeah.
Bro, how is bro? Yete was good in it. Saying guys.
Sir, you know our college, okay? They are so busy. They, if we don't give them our classes, so they confiscate our ID cards.
ID card.
Yeah. My English teacher took my ID card. She hates me, okay? Because
What's her name?
Lata.
Hey, in a school, bro, they written Umesh, okay? This is my batch, I'm telling you. They took one pen right next to the board, bro. Imagine board is like obviously 4 feet minimum. Umesh they wrote. 10 people went, ran and kicked that name. The shoot it was next class is very well deserving. Yara, what is it? Full class, bro. Nice fun they have here. Now Golden Boys is gone, bro.
Yeah.
Wearing my time, what crazy fun they have.
Dinakar was there, right?
Yeah. And Dinakar Wilson and it was really elite and Augustine Charles was there.
Yeah.
But
Augustine Charles.
even when Dinakar was there, crazy fun they used to have, bro.
Everybody used to call it randomly.
Doraemon. Hey, but apparently he's very good. Just right.
Yeah.
Huh?
अरेस्ट हुआ था तुमने
Hey, nahi re.
मैं भी वो मैनेजर को पुलिस डाला कर
Doraemon.
Yeah, but police had told her.
For what? To catch him, bro. What for what, bro? क्या कह रहे मदनी?
पिंटो मारूंगा
That be.
हंसता है नहीं जो है एक बार हंसा ना पूरी क्लास में तो कहीं जोक मार लगा बोले तो हंसता रहा कौन मिल गया
Then this one. Last one when it comes to method. Understood? No. Do one thing before going to the next one. Go to the last page. Draw. Let's see. Follow the order. Study. Hot bath. Madani. First we start with water. Alcohol. Recently she got married, you know. Recently, the sense I think last time she got. Bro, she got married, bro. We went. She's getting married. We started looking at her list. She had called. Full love is there, but they had called me yesterday also. It's like, oh shit, that day, bro. Busy girl. Hey, you know her Benny Sansia? Telugu only she
That
speaks.
was the one you were
Oh, I
telling me.
speak
Right?
Telugu.
Don't you Telugu?
I know, but I don't.
Is that the story you were telling? People thought he's the bride.
Correct, ra. That's only the Kunal. That's only the Kunal. Same girl, ra. Sushma only, same name. Same girl. But till now, love is there. Love was there. She got married. What do you speak at home, bro? Tamil you speak? English you speak? Selam Tamil. Hey, Selam Tamil. What Selam Tamil? They speak Tamil only, bro. Selam.
You go, you.
I've been to Selam, yeah. Hey, they speak Tamil only, yeah. Mix to talk. Oh, crazy, bro. You won't laugh when it's mixing and talking. You won't feel like laughing. Because Kannada is gonna come now. It's a mixture of what and what? Kannada, Telugu and Tamil. Kannada and Tamil. Oh, the Binanti's language it is. Oh, bro, crazy talks, bro. You have to fluently should talk.
Obviously,
Bro, what you are mixing two languages and talking.
that is our language.
I-
It's already mixed. We learned it like that.
Then it's pure Kannada you talk, pure Hindi you talk, or pure Tamil.
Also, I don't learn Hindi also. Tamil also.
But you mix and talk.
Yeah.
Your brothers in which college, bro? I mean, school, bro.
Sir, they college, they finished college.
You are the last one. Huh?
Yes, sir.
What, bro? Two brothers, yeah.
Yeah, I have to.
What are they doing? Which college? are they?
Just now they finished engineering.
Which college? Both of them engineering.
Both of them.
Same college also.
Same college.
Twins they are or what?
They are not twins, like they are younger to each other, like they have some 1 year difference.
Okay. So one is fourth year, third year like that. They're working now.
Now they're going to, one's gone to Dubai.
What?
Work.
Work.
Yeah.
You came from there only, no? Again you're going there only. Yeah.
Now they're like fitness.
Both of them went there only or what?
Only one is gone, one's got one backlog.
So, thank you.
So my both brothers are telling me that things.
What does he do in Dubai now?
Huh? He's got some work. So he's doing it.
When he went, recently went.
He went like some 6 months.
But why? Normally they came from, I'm thinking they went out to Dubai.
So they like it.
You like that place? What have done?
I don't know.
Where do you go?
They go to the dog.
Wait.
It's like, oh my God.
Bro, then everything is expensive also, bro. It's not like cheap, no, there. Obviously. अरे तू क्या एक दिनार लेके एक रुपया देगा ना नहीं no only you spend in dinar also no bro one shirt will be like so many dinars only no
You convert to Indian currency, then you can't tell.
obviously we play what the fuck one plate biryani is so much I think 100 rupees will get there oh 2000 rupees
This uncle only, yeah. See that uncle only, bro. 125 times will call, bro. Tension will get. Done, huh? क्या है भाई नहीं उस दिन था क्या से रख ले तू
था ना सर
नहीं देखा अभी कुछ क्वेश्चन
कौन सा प्रैक्टिकल फिजिक्स था?
क्या मिला
डिफरेंस ऑफ
क्या
Easy.
इजी है क्या वो
तो ऑसिलेशन का वेट डाल के
ऑसिलेशन
वाइब्रेशन
You have to get that vibration. Sonometer.
ये एडिट ना देजा
Sonometer.
हां भाई
I studied everything. I got the easiest. People who did study. got
This
the
year
hardest.
is easy. Last year sonometer was the most difficult. You had to hit with that.
We didn't have sonometer.
Yeah,
I'm not half, but exam clear.
exam को था.
डेमो
You had to hit that.
सर वाइब्रेशन के बेसिस के ऊपर वैल्यू लेना सर आई कॉल द टीचर मैं साउंड के बेसिस के ऊपर ले लिया I on it sir she was like where what I told her ma'am sound is coming now
what you did
no wrong experiment go home
oh we didn't get the right touch
no sir nothing go home we don't know how to perform
हां
but no I'll do now फिर पूछ के कर लिया
किसको पूछा रे
दोस्त
सर ने सिखाया क्या वो
क्या
तेरा दोस्त
से वाइब्रेशन के ऊपर लेना
So you have to like you know like you will have to distances you have to set.
सोनोमीटर से हे
नहीं वो सबका खाता है मत है मैं वाइब्रेशन नहीं करा साउंड के ऊपर
क्या हो
But sound
14 में है वो
साउंड आ रहा ना बस
Sound means if you turn on that electromagnetic.
इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक
उसका sound. Yeah. It was that sound he took off.
go back to the same
The
thing
string will vibrate. Then you have to take the value.
hey
वाइब्रेट होता हो
क्या
It's a crazy to like
yeah okay last one right reduction of isocyanate same thing is also and guys isocyanate was CN this will be NC reduction meaning we had what H2
So what is the area name?
moving on
It's in right.
wait man
I got that document.
what document
Number.
what all is fighting bro
No, there's a document online. There I got that.
ऊपर
Number one.
okay underline the word isocyanate so obviously it's not daily I mean it's not one usually used so obviously it's supposed to take a little more expensive one which is LiAlH4 same logic as your cyanide thing remember what logic I told you for cyanide I told keep the CH3 CH2 same then wait a minute CH3 CH2 same N will remain as it is leave some space single bond C you write because triple bond is not expected it has to become single bond so to compensate this N think and tell it already has two bonds we require how many more bonds one bond. What do you compensate there? H. Agree? To compensate this, see how many H is required? 3. So total you used up 4. Therefore you put the number 2. If you observe here, this side is 1 R, this side is another R. So totally in my answer, how many R's am I getting? 2. So primary, secondary, tertiary. Okay. Secondary. So if you use regular cyanide, you'll be getting primary amine. Now you'll be getting secondary amine. That's all.
So with cyanide, mostly this is only good.
But remember one thing, that triple bond is not accurate. It has to become single bond. Okay, you take 5 minutes off. We just go through the oscillations part and just go call them again. Hey, shut up and sit very well.
Sir, I'll let it online.
And do what?
So please, sir.
And why?
I'm going to answer.
Monday Madam does
So, I'll let it in 5 minutes. I'll let it.
That's what you go offer.
Yeah. It is here only, near Walgreens.
Transfer, sir.
Yes, sir.
Who's the going back?
And no, seriously, my answer.
Okay. Very important.
You know Arab Lane, right? Ahead academy.
Correct.
Yeah, right. Yeah, please. I'll let it answer.
What are you going back? No. Jare.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I like it.
होता है नहीं साउंड नहीं आता
Attend कर लो.
वो रिकॉर्डिंग में भी ट्राई करते हैं बड़ा है वो पूरा रेगुलर किया जाए पीडीएफ नहीं डालना
शेयर करना
ये मान ले
ये शेयर करो
लिंक है
रेड ऊपर से शेयर करो
किसी ने भी लिया जरा तो इसको आईटी पे कर रहा है
ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲೆಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ
सर स्कूल आता है सर कितना 20 करोड़ रुपए का वो रेशो
ನಮ್ಗಿಂತ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡ್ರಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ
4 plus full digits.
4 ಪ್ಲಸ್
Sir, my friend was actually so badly
What you told
not on that, sir. You were acting. He was telling to other guys, sir.
what?
He was just telling, sir. You keep quiet, sir. We came and scolded him back. Now keep on his head, sir.
ಏನಾಗ ಆಯ್ತಾ
Seems always seems on I'm waiting a lot. Seems
Oh.
on
Waiting.
last.
Sir, one couple were
Where? Where?
airport.
Airport they're smoking. They're trying to.
Airport. Worth rupees 18.6 crores.
What?
Yeah.
Welcome, Santosh, you know. Kështu që ju smagël pa.
Right below that, F versus X. F versus X graph. Guys, graphs are very important for all your 1 markers MCQs and your CD question obviously. Hey, chemistry, hey. When you add two chemicals, what will happen? What will happen? How is the reaction happening? Because they oscillate.
Oh, I thought your love breakup story will tell.
No, it's oscillation. It's the same thing, oscillating.
Okay,
from one
love
girl
story
to
is nice.
one more girl to one more girl, oscillating. What?
Only you can do that.
You don't talk. I'm telling you. I'll open my mouth right now. You don't talk.
It's okay. Never mind.
Guys, go back to the previous class's notes.
So,
We
did
learned-
I tell you that fight?
Yeah.
I didn't tell where I tell.
Crazy fight was. I know how crazy it was. I know. Right. Guys, go to the previous thing. Check what was the formula for force. If it's a spring thing, F equals minus kx. You found this? Okay. We'll revise that for the next 10 seconds. Look at this. F meaning what kind of force? Regular force. To be more precise, listen up. I'll give you one more name. Because force and distance, it has a minus relation. Now, what does it mean? If you remember the other day, we spoke about 1 point called as MP. What's the meaning of this? Mean position. This extreme will be extreme position 1, extreme position 2. Okay. The other day, I told you the meaning of the lowercase x. X is always measured from the mean position. Always. So you start measuring x like this. Agree? Now, you pull the force, which means it covers some distance. You reach a certain point, you take off your hand, which means you took off the force. The spring snaps back in the opposite direction, it goes towards the mean position. That's what we learned the other day. Okay. So since that F had a negative effect with respect to your distance, it is called as restoring force. What force? Restoring force. So you pulled it, the moment you took off your hand in the sense, took off the force, It restores to go and reach the actual mean position. Restores. When do you use the word restores? Wherever f and distance has a negative relation. Now, how do we draw a graph for f equals minus kx? Listen, very simple. It has to be a graph like this. Okay, I think I'll use a different color.
Which color?
Whatever. Okay, see, it's the origin here. Now listen, f equals minus kx. So, origin, where is f? F is here and x is here. Copy that first.
What did you do to your beard? Full you shaved. Turn side to side, one line. 3 lines are there.
2 lines it is.
Turn. Hey, I didn't see you.
That's why I don't. What do you think I applied Kajal there?
Some movie you watched, I'm damn sure about that. Some movie, some character you're doing.
See, I'll tell you, actually today, Netflix, there's this play called Navarasa. Surya is involved in it. In that, watch the 7th play where fear is involved. 30 minutes. Tell where? Netflix. Navarasa. 7th or 8th. Where? What is involved?
Fear.
Okay. Siddharth. Siddharth, no?
Yeah.
Siddharth.
Actor. Yeah.
He's there. Watch that.
He looks like you.
No. In that one character is there. Hussein Hoxha. We'll be doing black
When you
magic.
put that cartoon only, I got to know some characters.
So I'm doing the black magic.
You will never know.
I'm doing this.
Oh, shit, man.
Okay, guys, now look at this.
Wait, I didn't do anything.
Which axis is this term? X-axis, positive x-axis, negative x-axis, positive y, negative y. Now let's assume one thing. Let's assume that x is a positive number 1. Force will become negative 1 or positive 1? Negative 1. So can I tell if you take x as positive, force becomes negative? Any doubt that? No? Listen. So we'll have to compensate that. Can I tell this is x is positive here? But what is force? Negative? Matching here? So we'll take the other way around. Let's take x to be minus 2. What's the meaning of minus 2? Opposite direction. Direction meaning usually it is measured from mean position towards the extreme position. I am telling do the other way around else. So it will become negative. So let's say I am giving you the input to be minus 1. If I give you the input to be minus 1, force becomes plus 1. So where's negative 1? Okay, it's here say negative 1 or negative answer for x. So if you see the corresponding, it's a positive for f. So this graph is a nice graph, very important graph, but repeated multiple times. Okay. Now go back to your graph and write this. So you will write here negative x, positive f. Here positive x, negative f. So it compensates both of them. Crazy graphics. Super actually. They're watching on the Vika?
Huh?
They're watching you, Paka.
Yeah, probably.
Same.
You know how practicals on how to Okay, listen.
Hey,
A full time is at sea. Where is it?
Danda.
Oh yeah. So we finished March past, okay, and then
March past.
March past. And then father's there, all teachers are there.
Who's father?
Bro, college is father.
Oh, you. Father is father.
Yeah, okay.
Mother?
Mother and all died off.
Mary.
Oh, crazy.
Next one.
Okay, see.
Age of 9, 10.
Priya's decoration, okay. Fucking Capri it looks.
Okay.
Seriously.
Getting recorded actually.
College. Yeah, who's recording?
Me. Guys, go back to the other class. Tell me what's the relation between A and X. We spoke about one formula. A equals minus omega square X. Found it? Found that? What's that? A equals minus omega square X. Where we learned that omega is nothing but some kind of constant. We also learned the name of omega. What is it called as? Angular displacement. Remember that? So in yesterday's class, previous class, I also spoke about the answer for omega. Root of k by m, where k is also a constant, m is also a constant. M depends on, thing to thing. For example, a pencil might be 10 grams, 20 grams, 30 grams, that depends. Now, Ignore that omega because it's a constant. So if I ask you what's the relation between A and X, it has a negative relation. We're also restoring acceleration, correct? So since the word restoring is there, we'll have to draw a same graph. This is X, this is A, and the graph for this also. Right. That's all.
See, already natural trees are there. Huh?
Take this again.
Yeah, and that was starting with pink color trees, okay? And then later it's green, and that green is one ugly green,
Okay.
rather than the pretty green.
Pakistan.
Chopri, it looks cheap.
Do some paint. You said in college, right? You said in college, right? Good. See, base problem.
Eh,
Don't say
I don't want to come out of my class. Bro,
Next. Right, B versus X.
full good girl, I am only in class with
Doing what?
nothing. I'll be sleeping or eating.
Now, see the problem with this graph is we still haven't spoken about the relation between B and X. In the previous class we spoke about F and X, we also spoke about A and X. This class we'll have to talk about the answer first and then we'll talk about the graph. Okay. Now, how do we derive it? Listen up. I hope you guys remember at least basics of differentiation. All those, okay? Not the formulas, but let's say. What we know right now is A equals minus omega square X. Correct? Don't write this in. This is what we know from the previous class. The other formula which we learned was F equals minus Kx. Correct? Can we all agree that I think when we did this concept called as motion in a straight line, I told you distance will be given in some sort of equation. 2t square plus 4. Example, they can ask you to find multiple stuff. What's the multiple stuff? First, they might ask you to find the answer for velocity, and then they might ask you to find the answer for acceleration. You're supposed to differentiate it. The other day, how I taught you, this is called as distance. If you differentiate distance once with respect to time, you'll be getting velocity. Agree? If you differentiate velocity once with respect to time, you'll be getting what? Acceleration. Any doubt here? No? So can I tell acceleration is nothing but differentiation of velocity with respect to time. Agree? Now what is the meaning of x in this case? X in this case literally means s. X also meant distance. S also means distance. So I'll go back here. Correct me if I'm wrong. What's the English meaning of that? Acceleration. In terms of differentiation, how do I write it? Differentiation of velocity with respect to time. Now obviously one question is there in your mind. Why am I bringing velocity randomly? Reason is because the heading says I'm trying to achieve what graph? Velocity versus x graph. Correct? So dv by dt is there. Now what is currently missing is dx. So see as what I'm going to do right now. I'll place it right now. I'll keep a dot. I'll multiply this with dx. Fine. To tell you one, I put the dx next to the numerator. To compensate this, I'm also supposed to put it next to the denominator. Any doubt here? Now what you tell me? We've taken dx twice. Won't it get cancelled? That's not the purpose. The purpose is to realign things. Now what do I mean by that? Before we talk about the alignment, could you guys tell me what's the meaning of x here? Some sort of distance. Agree? So dv by dt was the meaning of a. I was the one who added both of them. Now see, I'll combine both of these things. Tell me the English meaning of this. Differentiation of distance with respect to time. Differentiation of distance with respect to time is called as. So instead of writing dx by dt, can I write v as it is? Dot. Think and tell me what and all is remaining. dv on top is remaining at the bottom. 8 out there. Now go back equals. On the right hand side, what is remaining? Minus omega square dot x. 8 out here. Now I am supposed to calibrate. What is the meaning of calibration? Next to v, we have dv. Next to x, there had to be what? dx. Do we have dx? Yes. The only thing is I'm supposed to shift it here. And if you guys remember, what is the rule? What is rule number 1 of integration or differentiation? We take off the constants along with the signs. v dot dv equals minus omega square x dot dx. dv and dx is given to us. I want v. So this is a smaller quantity, correct? I want a bigger quantity. So we integrate. I'll integrate on both sides. I put the integration that side. Here, I'll wantedly put the integration here. Tell me why. Rule number 1 of integration says what? Take off the constants. I will take off the constants along with the sign. Any doubt here? No. Now, if you integrate v with respect to dv, what's the answer? What is integration of x dot dx? X square by 2 integration of v dot dv will be v square by 2 equals what remains as it is? Minus omega square as it is. Here, I'll use bracket now, I'll tell you later why. Integration of x dot dx, what's the answer? Any doubt till now? No? Fine. Can we all agree that integration is happening within some limits? I'll tell you what limits I mean. Where's that? It's one of that. Anyways. Mean position. What number is associated with mean position? 0. Agree? This side will be called as extreme position. This side will be called as again extreme position. Think and tell me, this is 0. This is the maximum. Yes or no? If I go towards the right side, don't you think it is plus A? What's the meaning of it? Positive amplitude, the maximum distance towards one side. Left side, if I go, it is minus A. That's what we learned the other day. Any doubt here? So can I tell when something swings, it is always swinging between 0 and amplitude, 0 and negative amplitude. Any doubt there? No? We'll talk about that here. I'm supposed to add limits. Before we add that, check this part. Any doubt here? No? We added both these things so that we can recalibrate. Okay? Once we recalibrate, we get the answer, we crisscross, we integrate. Pop it in here. So, it's not yet done, one more step is remaining. Okay, what's the only change here? Here we can go from minimum to maximum, 0 and maximum velocity. Here, careful, we go from A to X. Okay?
What is it?
Amplitude. Okay, now, since we use limits, we'll have to write it once more, but in a different place. V square by 2, but you write the same thing with 0 down and here A, here X. Okay, now the other day when we integrated, I taught you this. It's always the upper limit minus lower limit. What should you do with it? Just substitute. Instead of V square by 2, it becomes, instead of V, I'm supposed to put V itself. So it remains to be V square by 2 minus, now think and tell. Next time, instead of V, I'm supposed to put what number? 0. What is 0 square? 0. 0 by 2 is 0. This is my answer for my left hand side. Equals, what remains as it is? Minus omega square remains as it is. Now think and tell me, on top we have what letter? X. So instead of X, we first put X itself. X square by 2, what sign in between? Minus. We put what letter now? Instead of X, A. It becomes A square by 2.
Again square brackets.
Yeah. Okay, almost done. Wait. Left hand side, what's the final answer after simplifying this?
V square by 2.
Okay, don't write this. Here, minus omega square remains. Can I take LCM here and write just once, 2? Okay, in fact, LCM is 2. I'll take the 2 outside. Correct? I'll open brackets. What remains? X square minus 8 out there. Now what gets cancelled on both sides? Copy this till here. Next step, we'll be able to get the answer.
That time was the same thing before. We didn't get the answer.
You got an answer.
This is almost like
Got the answer or not? What are the matter?
You know, yesterday
I don't know.
No, you don't know.
I mean, I know.
I never told you.
Yeah, but I still I know. I'm everywhere.
So,
Why don't you get married? No? Please get married.
tomorrow I'll get married.
Tonight only go. Tonight only run off from there. Go.
No. Okay, so yesterday
Okay.
it's very
Guys.
interesting.
Correct. I'm listening. Okay, look at this. Everything is alright, but except for this negative sign. Not comfortable with that. So now what do? Since you don't want the negative sign, just flip the things inside the bracket. Okay. So left hand side remains the same. V square equals omega square a square minus x square. Got it? Now one more step. We don't want v square. We only want the answer for v. What is root of omega square? Omega. Take your side. Put the root. This is the relation between v and x. Okay. Very important derivation also. Very important formula also. Multiple times been asked.
Derivation.
And the formula.
Why are these people so useless? How many marks? 3 marks.
Next time, right? The plot for v versus x. Is an ellipse. Draw the graph. Important CET question. V versus x. Done. Next, right? Equations of oscillation. Equations of oscillation. Continue. This is next topic, but it involves this.
Sir, I had physics practicals. No.
Good.
That teacher, I saw her yesterday. So yesterday was my brother's annual day. Christ ICOC made. So I went there. I saw the same Ajji there also. My mom was like, go, wish her. I'm like, short also.
Wish her?
Yeah, be like, good morning or something. Yeah, namaskar. She looked like my grandmother there. Seriously, and
What's that name?
Reshmi. it seems.
Reshmi, no, hey, favorite teacher for her. Do you know the favorite teacher actually? Reshmi. 25
What disgusting
teacher.
sari. Yeah, she's
She
very
brought a child yesterday to school.
For real, yeah.
Hey, what you're telling, child you're telling.
Small child.
Kids.
It's not how we wrote in the basket.
Probably her late second son.
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
It says lately born second son. Oh wait, late means shit, bye.
What else did tell you? You text part the text part ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಿನ್ಗೆ
No.
got this listen now we're supposed to use this equation and try to form the equations of oscillation. Okay, this also is important. It's been asked several times, but it's simple. What are we going to do right now? Velocity in terms of differentiation. How do we write? Differentiation of what with respect to time gives us velocity? Distance. So in this case, can I write dx by dt? Equals omega, square root of a square minus x square. Agreed? Metal. Very well.
Bro, there's so much traffic.
Shut up. What are they?
Pinky promised there was so much traffic.
One camera. And then give me a record.
Huh?
Good day.
What?
Happy birthday, Smriti.
Thank you. How do you know?
Huh?
How do you know?
Karthik told this morning. He was in my place this morning, so.
Which place?
My place. Okay. Now. Okay, now listen. What happened? I forgot what I was doing.
Where is that Goku?
See. Content session. I mean, write this. Next step.
So you know I lost my glasses.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Zoom.
Huh?
Zoom.
Shut the fuck up. I can see. Karthik's all the way by this.
What is sleeping over till now?
No, he was in Church Street.
What's up? You told I'm not going to Thursday today.
He went there, he was there, I called him. I was like, can you pick me up? And he's like, even I'm in Church Street only. I'll leave a little bit late. When I'm leaving, I'll call you. We'll leave at
Okay, done with this. Now I'll have to bring all the light terms to one side. Now what do I mean by this? Guys, what not to do, don't flip this. Keep it as it is. On your left side, we have dx, correct? So I'm supposed to bring all the x terms to the left hand side. Now think and tell. On the right hand side, we actually have two things. I won't use about two parts because it's a dot between them. Out of two things, one is omega, the other one is that root. I'll keep the dx as it is. Now tell me, if this root concept goes to the left hand side, it goes and sits where? Denominator. So can I write 1 by root of a square minus x square? Got this? Equals, what remains as it is? Omega. But remember, omega is always a constant. Dot. What comes and sits right next to it? dt. Now, the reason I told about the constant is because people obviously ask me a question. There is no t here. Why do we want dt? There is nothing here. It's a constant. So ignore it. Now, left hand side and right hand side, we have dx and dt. I'm supposed to get a bigger concept. So I'll have to integrate. Fine. Now, integration starts from 0. Why 0? Mean position. At mean position and 0, time also will be 0. One mistake I've done here. Tell me the mistake. The symbol had to be put after the omega. Reason? Constant. So, omega integration 0. At max it is x. At this max it will be t. Fine. Now, I don't know if you guys will remember this. What is integration of 1 by root of a square minus x square? Sine inverse x by a. If you guys remember it. Okay. If not, you will learn it now. It's called as sine inverse x by a. Got it? Again, x square has to be in brackets. The complete thing also should be in another bracket to copy both the values 0 and x as it is. Any doubt there? On the right hand side, at this point of time, what is outside the symbol? Omega. Integration of 1 dot dt. Tell me. Integration of 1 dot dt will give you t. From where to where? From 0 to t. Any doubt here? Now, before I continue, I'll ask you a few questions. You guys remember the 10th standard standard angles table? Sine 90 degrees. The answer was 1. You guys remember this? Now, if the sine gets cancelled from there and goes here, write it as sine inverse. Correct? Because it becomes 1 by sine. What is 1 by sine? Sine inverse. So, can I tell sine inverse 1 is nothing but 90 degrees? Remember this? So, if I ask you, what is the answer for sine inverse of 0?
1. 0.
0 degrees. Correct? What's the answer for sine inverse of 1 by root 2? 45. Got the logic here? How it works? Now, look at this. Sine inverse, all these things are fine. I try to talk about the upper limit and the lower limit here. Focus. So you write sine inverse. The a remains as it is. Instead of x, you put x only. So it becomes x by a minus sine inverse. Instead of x, you put what number? 0. What is 0 by a? 0. What is sine inverse 0? 0.
Oh, yeah.
Got the logic there? Equals omega as it is, open brackets. Instead of t, you put t minus. Instead of t, you put 0. It becomes t minus 0. What is t minus 0? T. Omega t is there. Any doubt there? What is sine inverse 0? 0. Ignored. Left hand side, what remains? Sine inverse of x by a. Don't copy. Any doubt here? Now listen. What are we generally not comfortable with? The inverse. Common sense. If the sine inverse goes that side, it becomes sine. So it becomes sine omega t. Any doubt there? The sine inverse went that side. What is left on the other side? Only x by a. What did I didn't write a? That a can get shifted to the RHS. It goes as it's next to sine. It becomes x equals a sine omega t. But I have a question. Instead of this 0, by chance, there was some number. Don't you think you'll get this extra angle here? So can I tell some extra angle is required pi by 2 or pi by 4 or something will be there? In this case, it didn't work out because we took the minimum. Now, by chance, minimum meaning I start with the mean position. Let's say I started from here. It will cover some angle then. So what's actually happening? Along with this, we're getting some angle. That angle is always represented by this symbol and it's named as phi. What? Phi. Now, you'll have to box omega t and phi. Reason. Omega t, guys, what's the meaning of omega t?
Angular frequency.
Angular displacement. So as time keeps on passing, you're changing angle and moving. So every second you're moving like this. Every second if you're changing like this, aren't you covering some angle? What is the meaning of phi? Again some angle. So both the angles have to be put together. Now what's the difference between the bracket and only this? This is called as initial phase. Initial phase. Why is the word initial? Because I told you, instead of me starting at the mean position, if I start somewhere somewhere in between, start meaning initial. So initially, if I start somewhere else, some kind of angle is getting created. That's why it's called initial phase. Now the full bracket put together, both of them are some kind of angles. Complete bracket will be called as phase. You know that? Now, let's say, so what's the equation? X equals a sine omega t plus phi. What's the meaning of a? Amplitude. Maximum distance on either the right side or the left side, or on top or on the bottom. What's the meaning of x? The distance that we travel, the wave travels. Okay. Omega t plus phi, complete thing is called as phase. What's the meaning of omega? Angular displacement, which means that every step it takes, it keeps covering some distance. And during this time, is it taking some time? Yeah. 1 second it moved. Second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay. But we are not promising that we're going to start off every time with the mean position. We can start somewhere in between also. My choice. Correct. Guys, I'm trying to tell. Why should we always think of a spring to be compressed? Let's say it's a damaged spring. Damaged spring meaning, let's say the third or the fourth coil is little cut off. Which means the spring which is supposed to be like this, it will be like this. Correct. So when I'm starting off from somewhere in between, it creates a different angle. So a different angle meaning some other angle has to be there. So only what is this called as then? Phi. 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 What is the meaning of that then? Initial phase. If you miss the word initial, wrong, because I told you we're gonna start it off there. Starting point is important. The full thing is called as what? Phase. What's the meaning of A? Amplitude. What's the meaning of sine is? It covers the sine angle there. Any doubt there? No? Okay. Again, we took 0 here because we assumed it to be minimum. We can start off somewhere in between.
She didn't do oscillations, you know. She didn't do this only. She went straight wave. She went.
Oh, bro.
For that, we were trying to figure out how we got all of this, you know.
I know I'm the best coding. Do.
Okay.
Decrease no size.
Oh.
So tell actually, was it your birthday yesterday or not?
What? Obviously no.
No. Then when is it?
Whatever.
When?
Yesterday.
It is not yesterday. If it was yesterday, Nelson would have put story.
He doesn't put sugar
He put for KK. Why won't he put for you?
because he knows serious.
Tell.
I mean, he answered it right there. No?
Was it your birthday yesterday or not?
Okay. After class, where are you going, party? Rocket the.
I'm not going anywhere.
You don't know, bro. Just say Google Pay check.
Bro, traffic was crazy.
Yeah, so much traffic. I left like half an hour ago.
Shut up. Good day.
Actually,
From where?
Actually,
From Church
Church
Street.
Street.
I thought you would have left last week.
Shut the fuck up. I was in my
See,
grandmother's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Now?
No, where? Are you going back home now?
Yeah, my dad come pick me up.
Sawa. Crazy one.
Can we put that arrow mark 0 like in an exam?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. In this, we are assuming it is 0.
No,
You have to
is
write
there a
that.
thing like that? This means it's
So that he.
That sin theta is close to, is a small value you can.
No, that's not the logic here. Here, we are starting with mean coefficient. Mean coefficient meaning nothing has been covered yet. So therefore 0.
Distance, yeah.
But we can also start off with the center somewhere. R wish. So this we are assuming it to start from mean coefficient. Therefore it is 0. If it is something else, we get an extra angle.
Okay.
Fine.
1 second, go back to.
Why does it say initial?
Initial phase, because we start off there. Usually we start off at mean coefficient, but I can also start from somewhere in between. So if it is somewhere in between, it is some random angle, pi by 2, pi by 4, pi by 3, all those
What
things.
is those also?
That's an ellipse for b versus x. Both has to go down. That's my idea.
Tonight.
It's night, perfect. No, it's not get married when it's night. Serious, it should happen.
Okay, tomorrow
So
morning
you
we'll
know
get
what
married.
happened yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, no.
I'll tell you later after class.
Correct. अरे मदर इधर से यलान पे जाने के लिए कितना देर लग रहा है
Shut the fuck up, sir.
Passport should be, sir.
passport visa free Appa next time coming get chocolates and papa from foreign country but
So,
Where is that
sir,
Gokul?
listen.
He asked if I'm coming and he didn't come.
bro what crazy random way bro
Gokul, no.
What he did?
last time I was reacting outside it same bro you didn't do this reacting outside
For what?
That,
When
oh, yeah.
King react for the road
What?
saying he's acting bro
What post?
sleeping on the road
Why?
I don't know
It tells what post he saw.
Hey, Roshan,
What's
knows.
there?
ask Roshan. We don't know.
something is not here
Uh,
screaming on the road
uh.
okay
He screams like a girl, no?
yeah okay wrote this initial phase write the meaning of omega what is it angular
Displacement.
He's sending me reels.
oh
Gokul.
says
Where is he's
Gokul
not been
pencil,
joined
okay, flight
here?
cancel.
they cancel that you can't go home there
Who can't go?
you that cancel
Shut the fuck up, sir.
Right, cancel.
Yaar. So pissing off.
Is he here?
No, he's not here. What is he doing?
hey you seen her in there yeah no she used to stay there only that's why she keeps telling me I have not seen her she used to stay till last year
Where?
she stays very close to their house
Hello? Where are you, Ra? You're sending reels, you can't attend class.
okay. You tell him I'll talk to him tomorrow after tomorrow upset on the language on kalsa photo kalsa
You asked if I'm coming, you didn't come see asshole.
Sending that link, sir.
kalsa
No, it's fine. I
So,
got to know.
I'll do that link shit to him.
which one you go bro
Okay.
hey tell them Roshan is sending him a gift now
Roshan is sending gifted series.
yeah but not attending
Roshan is sending gifted series.
I'll buy you
You saw that video?
which one which video ma video huh what
Huh?
Oh, all of us saw it.
what's you talking about
Sir,
That only.
Old story that is.
Okay.
Then, writing all these things. Make sure you guys mark the complete bracket and right face. I also told you why we're using brackets, because both of them are some sort of angles. Okay? Right. So, first equation you're going to learn, we're going to use when solving either waves or oscillation is x equals a sine omega t plus phi.
1 second. Can you go back to the previous slide? It's sine inverse of
X
x
by
by
A.
a. How do you?
Last time we were getting phi.
Wait. How do you
How
how do you calculate sine inverse of something?
Basically, hey, table bro.
But then usually sine inverse is equal to something. This is sine inverse x by a is equal to something.
Sine inverse of something equals something.
Oh,
Sine
okay.
inverse of, because it has to have some angle here.
Yeah,
Sine inverse of 90 will be equal to 1.
Okay.
Got that
Okay,
now?
yeah.
So now, because it's affecting us, we'll push the sine inverse this side.
Got it.
It becomes of sine.
Mhm.
So it became sine omega t. The a goes and sits next to it, became a.
Okay.
Now this phi is because we assumed it to be 0 in this case, it can be anything. So the extra angle is that phi.
So remember, sine inverse of a number gives you a degree. Isn't that
Sine inverse of a degree gives, correct. Sine inverse of a number gives you a degree. Yeah, fine. I mean, I wrote something else. Good.
Tell
Oh,
me
sorry.
what it
Okay.
is.
So clean up.
You're also good. Little like that. Small bits.
Sides also little you.
Okay.
You've made the taper higher.
I just go sit, bro. It does some stuff. This is one of the things. Now, please don't get confused with two things. First thing is, they think this is the same equation we use to solve any wave numerical. Wrong. You can't. Okay. Second thing, I'll tell x equal. Don't write. Listen. X equals 6 sine. Okay, this will be a numerical in their exam. They'll trip. They'll be like, what's actually happening? Fine. First thing you're gonna see is whether it's a wave equation or an oscillation concept. How do you remember it, or how do you differentiate? X equals a sine. Okay, let's not use x. I'll use y. I want to take y equals a sine omega t plus kx. This is called as a wave equation. Now, what's the difference? X is the distance that the wave travels. Y is the distance that the particle travels. If you didn't understand, I'll tell you what I mean. Listen here. Just imagine the particle here. This particle has the ability only to move upwards and downwards. Only two ways. I'm telling this to you. Okay. What is the dot here? It's a particle. I am gonna use a wave to hit the particle. Ain't out till there? No. The wave's source is this. I'm telling you this. Wave source can be laser, okay, a belt, and all these things. Fine. So the wave moves. Hits. Who made the wave hit? I made it hit. Hit the what? Hit the particle. Fine. So from the source to the particle, is there some sort of distance traveled by the wave? That will represent using x. Okay. Now, don't you think this particle will react somewhere? How can the particle react? Either it can go down or it can go on up. Let's say it went down like this. My only question is, did the particle move? It moved, like it moved up, down, up and down. Okay. So can I tell this phenomenon here is called as displacement of the particle or particle moved? Yes or no? The displacement caused by the particle due to the wave. I'll repeat that. The displacement caused to the particle due to the wave is represented by y. Y is some kind of distance only. It is 0.2 meters, 5 centimeters, 3 centimeters, upward, down, and all these things. X is the what? The distance traveled by the wave. Y is the what? The reaction given by the particle to this. Ain't out there. So, both x and y will get involved in a wave equation. Here, only one letter, which means this they're talking about one random thing. That thing can be, this thing is nothing but when you, mean position, you take a spring, you pull the spring. When you pull the spring, is there some kind of distance getting covered here? That's the distance here. So what's the thing here? The spring is the thing. Okay. I'm using the word wave or oscillation here. Nothing I'm using. But here I'm specific. So this is how a wave equation looks like. Not required right now. I'll teach you this in the wave chapter. This is the oscillation numerical. How do you solve this? By the looks of it, they'll ask you what is the answer for amplitude. Start comparing both of them. 6. So they'll tell in meters. They'll give this to you. Don't believe me here. Believe your question paper. Sometimes they can also give millimeters. Okay. So if the question is in millimeters, then the answer for A will be equal to 6 what mm. You doubt that. So amplitude was 6 mm. That went by the looks of it. Sine and sine useless. Now T and T useless, which means omega equals how much? Omega is 20. Omega equals 20 pi. What's the English meaning of omega? Angular displacement. Have you heard of this formula somewhere else? Omega equals 2 pi f. So they might ask you, first sub question, find amplitude. Second sub question, find frequency. Automatically you should remember that frequency depends on omega. Why? What happens? Few people know, they'll start thinking, why is f missing in the equation? It will obviously be missing because we haven't, nothing has been visible here. So now omega equals 20 pi. We know the answer for omega in terms of frequency. What is it? 2 pi f equals how much? 20 pi. By the looks of it, what gets cancelled? Pi goes off. 20 with 2 goes off with 10. F equals 10 hertz. Okay? F equals 10 hertz. So the frequency at which the spring got moved or got pulled was how much? 10 hertz. Any doubt here? But was this 10 hertz being present here? No. Then they'll ask, what is the phase? What's the answer?
20 pi.
If you tell the phase was pi by 2, wrong. Because that is the initial phase. The full bracket is called as what? Phase. So if I ask you what is the phase, and you know how smart people are, they won't put any symbol. They'll be like, third sub question, find the phase. So you will write phase equals 20 pi. Tell me, should I write T?
Yeah.
Because just copy this. Copying is supposed to do 20 pi T plus whatever by 2. Now, if I ask you what was the initial phase of the thing, only then the answer is pi by 2. Get out here. All numericals, no exceptions. All numericals based on waves and oscillations will be based on comparison. Without comparison, there's nothing. But instead of trying to ask for f, I can also ask in terms of time period. Let's see how it works. Omega equals 2 pi f. You guys remember this. Somewhere in 9th standard, some chapter, we always remember that frequency is inversely proportional to time period. Remember this? So can I write omega is also equal to 2 pi by t. Now depending on my question, instead of frequency, if they're asking me to find time period, we use the same logic. What? To find the answer for omega. Okay. Then what do? We write omega equals 2 pi by t. Omega was equal to 20 pi equals 2 pi by t. 1 by 10 will be the answer. But I think it's how it works. 1 by 10 seconds. Fine. This also will be given in the question. Is in mm and in measured in seconds. They'll tell you this. Don't worry about it. Any doubt here? By the looks of it, half of them will quit. Okay? They'll be like, you can't remember our formula. You tell me honestly, is there something to remember here? Nothing. You already know that. The only thing you're supposed to know is it can be represented using a certain form. Now, what if I give you a question like this? X equals, I'm giving this 8 cos 20 pi t plus pi. I'm giving this to you. Okay? Find A, find F, find phi. Again, listen up. What's the meaning of phi? Initial phase or phase difference? Only phase, not phase difference. Okay. By the looks of it, okay, I'm telling this. The answer is in meters and measured in seconds. I'm telling this to you. By the looks of it, what's the answer for A?
Why is it cos?
That's a good question. Why is it cos? Can it be cos? It can be cos. It can be cos. Isn't it? Because to compensate the sine or cos, we've already used the initial phase here. Don't worry about it. So either the sine equation or the cos equation, both of them will work. So what do you write? You write x equals A. Usually you write sine, but now since cos was given, you don't think extra, you just copy the cos. A cos. Now what is in the bracket? Same things. What first? Omega t plus phi. Any doubt here? So sine equation is also correct, cos equation is also correct. Reason is because In trigonometry, you guys remember us doing something called as ASTC rule, and we learned that sine of 90 plus theta or sine of 90 minus theta, both of us will fetch the same answer of cos theta. How is it both fetching the same answer? Because A and S, all signs are, everything is possible. Sine also is possible here. So 90 plus comes in S, 90 minus comes in A. That's the reason behind it. Don't remember so much. But understand, the sine and cos in terms of oscillation, both of them are validated. Okay? You need not change anything. And by chance, even if you change, I'll ask you a question. Which one will you put? Will you put 90 plus or 90 minus? Which one? Confusion there. Because if you tell me this, I'll tell you this. If you tell me this, I'll tell you this. So to avoid the confusion, both of them are acceptable. Any doubt there? No? So, you write the concept. Huh?
Can there be any other trigonometry?
No, only sine and cos. Only both the basic issues. They won't ask them. Okay? You have not used CR, that's why I fucking told take electronics.
We don't have electronics.
Oh, then fuck right, shit, about somewhere else. I am telling you for a reason take electronics, means you'll see the CR over there.
10th only electric current ka chapter was very bad for me. I don't understand shit.
It's like telling my friend died when she was trying to take bath, so because of the geyser thing, I won't take bath. That's your logic now.
No.
What the hell? Okay. By the looks of it, what's the answer for A here? 8. No. 8 what? Meters. Because amplitude is what? Some kind of distance being covered. Remember that. You can't just write 8. Now cos, useless. They're asking me F. Can I write the answer for F directly? No. I'm supposed to find the answer for omega. By the looks of it is 25. Can you find it? Yeah. Can you also find T?
Yeah.
Now few teachers in school, they'll be like x equals A sine 2 pi ft plus phi and all, they'll write. Honestly telling, I don't recommend this. Keep it as simple as possible. Okay? Why trying to trip over so much? Understand how it works. Keep it as omega. You will know the meaning of omega now. Then why are you trying to do answer on all these things? Not at all. Okay? Sine, cos and all is the same. Now omega you guys know to find. What's the answer for phi here? Pi. What's the meaning of this? Initial phase. You note that? How the logic works? So below this, ten minutes. World best.
We finished this. Next. Okay, we finished
Array,
this.
along with that, right? X equals A cos omega t plus phi. That also is possible.
And they won't give the value for x anytime, right? That's,
Sometimes they ask you to find.
but how will you know if it's y or x?
If it's again depends on this. If an angle is specified, it's an oscillation thing. Something plus kx is specified.
That's y.
So,
So just constant for angle, constant for y and angle for x.
correct. And you won't have phase. You won't have initial phase in waves.
Okay.
You have a phase, you won't have an initial phase. The initial phase is nothing but kx. So it replaces that. So you can figure it out. Those are actually really fun to solve. Very simple.
We do something nice. This is not nice.
Bro, without this you can't exist, bro.
It's okay. I'm still existing, bro. Next slide.
Perfect. Perfect.
Oh, my parents saw this one. Some movie, okay. It's like that guy on Psycho, he goes and kills all women and all. Yeah, probably. I don't know.
So you
I
watched
don't-
Durandar? No.
I wanted to go to that, bro, but I have a meeting at 7.
Wanna go tomorrow or something?
For what?
Durandar.
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow Sunday.
tell you, bro. Let us see.
I heard a lot of stuff about that movie.
It's the gas, actually.
Go to the next slide. Oh my god.
Tell you that.
What the heck is this?
You have to
We're
go.
not writing that. That y is equals to. That's what I'm telling you. We're not writing that.
Okay. Copy this numerical example and you just solve it. Let's see. Just for like a illustration part.
Just an example.
Yeah, just an example and copy this. Find A. Okay, it's in meters. Okay, meters and seconds. Okay.
Very good.
So meters and seconds. Find omega, find T,
Wait, I'm trying to make sure.
and find phase. Put the example was pretty. Like that.
Omega T.
And phase.
Omega and T.
Omega T. 7 telling her.
Omega.
Omega,
phase.
T, phase, and A. 4 things in front of.
Omega T. Phase and A.
A. Amplitude. Oh, is that the previous class? Put the first class.
Oh, T is in capital T.
Yeah. Time period. Yeah.
I wrote this T.
That you can't find. I can't take. What is that, Spurti?
Huh?
You got next class and Martin or
ಇಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. You know how much I spent time on waves this
This is
time?
oscillation.
Waves. But still, it's kind of similar.
Kx on you learn.
Yeah.
What's K
Restoring
formula?
force.
What? Restoring force.
Yeah.
That is force, correct.
Uh,
In the waves, no matter what omega t plus kx, no? How do you find K? What's the formula?
K is constant, no?
Which is, how do you find it?
She didn't tell all that. She just told F is equal to minus K.
That is an oscillation, bro. It won't come in waves.
It is there. She gave it. She gave it in the notes.
What is wrong with the teacher? Tell me.
Even
they
I
just-
don't know.
They give notes that feel helpful for the chapter.
Yeah.
Or
No, they'll give notes from other chapter in case it's helpful.
she's telling me she skipped oscillations and did waves in
no,
school.
no, I don't know.
What the hell,
It's
bro?
a little bit psycho.
The college for me.
No.
Hey, what's the difference between clinical psychology and psychology?
Clinical psychology.
ನೀನು ಯಾಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡೆ ನನಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬಿಲ್ಡಪ್ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದು. I thought, okay, she'll know I'll
I know.
one girl I know.
Wait.
Who didn't answer? But see,
Clinical psychology is the
clinical part of psychology. I know,
No.
but
Clinic में they do probably.
what they'll do? Injection? No, not my shit. Mind.
Psychology they do.
That's what I'm
I'll
trying to
See,
convince you.
psychology
do. You can get healed only by my talks.
Yeah,
psychology
they
is a
make it take. Oh my bad.
psychology is a subject. Clinical psychology is a stream in psychology.
But what is
See, clinical psychology.
Engineering is computer science is one.
Okay.
Is that Java? Is
Fine.
that
Listen,
mental? What do they do, bro?
bro, it's like therapy.
Psychology is therapy.
Nah.
There's different kinds.
Will you be in a state to prescribe medicines?
It depends. If you do
Clinicals?
Yeah.
You can.
No, you have to do math. Which one was it? A PhD or something.
Okay, that is fine. But in the same, is this the stream? Where you
so? But
suggest
then to
medicines?
be able to suggest medicines, you need to do medicine. You need to study that.
That's the reason. Clinical psychology need not, because I used to take for anxiety sometimes.
Okay.
She was on random page lady she was. So she might have done in that.
Ask her only then.
Bro, if I go there, she'll be like, I'm not taking tablets for a long time. I'm quit. Like, I'm self-healed.
Self-healed.
Yeah. No, if I go, she'll be like, I'm therapy, don't do that. I thought at one point of time, because I quit smoking, it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Then she told, no, you're overthinking. I told, okay, I found my answer. So she tried this. Bro, crazy it was actually. The taste, no, sweet it was. Super it was. I like finished like 2 doubles.
Oh.
Addiction it is. What to do? Just keep popping it. Whenever you feel that, Then I have to come out of that also. So it's fine. My hand was sugar like this, but okay. If I go again, it's like taking tabs and all those things.
Anxiety, oxytocin.
Like that. That's it.
Tablet.
That's all we also there.
Tablet is easy.
That's all we know. Oxytocin.
What?
Oxytocin, oxytocin.
That is pregnant
What?
hormone. Yeah.
Mentally.
What the-
I studied bio में.
Wrong by
So men won't get it.
Which chapter are you studying? Which book are you studying for?
No, it says in 10th, I guess.
Actually, doesn't run.
Yeah, then prolactin something was there.
That's in base.
1 by 10.
That's what I know.
Guys, you know omega, right? Rad per second, radian per second. It's important. That's the unit of it. Last one is phase. What's the phase? Why am I going to
T, pi, T,
Plus 5.
pi, pi.
There's no unit for this, right?
phase? It's an angle. Okay. If sometimes
Then
they want
degree, no.
radians, if sometimes.
Okay.
But you know what? This actually they won't ask this.
Chumma, you made us.
Yeah, because you should understand the difference between initial phase and
I
phase.
understand.
Well, that's next concept is
Wait, what is today's date? 6th. Then yesterday only your birthday. 5th.
Tell so when is your
Chumma.
birthday?
No, what is this
Yesterday
thing with
only.
5th of December, guys? I don't understand. Everybody keeps telling
Oh, you want it to be 3rd of December.
Yeah, that is what Karthik's birthday is.
What do you mean?
3rd of December.
Saw this fellow. I've seen Karthik coming without a jacket.
Ah,
Full wardrobe empty.
No.
correct.
Full wardrobe empty.
See, it's hot, so I kept it inside. It's here only.
Okay. Have you seen him wearing this?
No, I've never seen it. I've never seen
Same
it. I've
thing,
never
seen
seen it.
same thing.
So I wear this so
Can
often.
you not understand? 14 people, meaning he has to give
That's
everything.
what I'm telling.
So this is probably something that he found somewhere hidden
When
in
he
his
was
house.
when he was 10 years old, he might have asked that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's not opening
I saw
it.
this morning also. I told him when he was there at my place. I told him, yeah. Okay, write this again. Then write.
10 times you make us as a CM thing.
Correct. Convert it into a differential equation form. A differential equation form. Okay, now don't write, listen. This is one thing. Sign something I'll use. Okay? What's the meaning of it? Some kind of what covered? Distance covered. Okay. First, I differentiate this. Think and tell. If I differentiate distance with respect to time, we get velocity. So velocity equals dx by dt. Agree? Wait. Amplitude. It's a constant. So you write a as it is. Differentiation of sine something is cos something into differentiation of that something. Yes or no? You can remember this. Into differentiation of that something. Now listen. Only focus on this. It has two parts. Where this is a constant. Agree? Differentiation of a constant becomes 0. Ignore this. Think and answer now. Differentiation of 2x with respect to x. So, differentiation of omega t with respect to t. Omega. So, don't you think this answer here is nothing but omega? Because constant became 0, omega t became omega. So, if you're writing it afterwards, can I write the omega before the cos? Any doubt there? Understood, huh?
Oh, that's how she got omega. She didn't do any of this. She just put omega there. We're like, how the fuck did she get that?
Understood the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fine. Now we don't stop here, we'll go one more step because if we differentiate velocity, we end up getting acceleration. So acceleration is nothing but dv by dt. Correct. Now, what am I going to keep as it is? I'll keep a as it is. I'll also keep omega as it is. How do we read this part as? Cos something. What is differentiation of cos something? Think about it. Minus sin something. Because the minus is going to affect me, I'll put the minus outside. Minus sin something into differentiation of that omega t plus phi. Phi is a constant, ignore. Differentiation of omega t with respect to t. Omega. Now this omega potential is there, but already one omega is there. Becomes
Omega square.
Observe this thing carefully. A equals minus A omega square sine omega t plus phi. Yes or no? Think properly and tell me. Whatever I've selected the A, I've also selected that sine thing. If I combine A and sine omega t plus phi, don't you think that is x? Agree? So can I write A equals minus omega square as it is dot. We solved this already the other day itself. First day only we solved this. This is exactly how we got it. Now it says what form? Differential equation form. Which means left hand side. Instead of writing A, I should write the differentiation form of it. It's nothing but dV by dt. Agree? The minus goes to the left hand side, becomes plus omega square x equals. This is the form.
So why did you put it in dv by dt?
Differential equation form should have a differentiation in the last. Guys, understood this part? No. This here is asked multiple times. Okay? Now listen. Don't get confused. What I told you is the first day, if you remember, I have derived something else there. Okay? Here I am deriving it using the equation which we learned right now. Both of them are right. Because the equation was right. Correct? Okay.
But now when they ask which
They usually will ask this. Guys, one second. Listen. Instead of writing dV by dt, think from x's perspective. So listen. How many times should I differentiate x so that I get a? Twice. So can I tell I'm supposed to differentiate x twice with respect to dt square? Only then I'll be getting. Agree? 1, 2, 3. All of them are same. All of them are correct. Right.
How
So
is the square to the d here?
because if you, I told you 100 times, if your square is next to the x, it means I'm trying to differentiate x square. But here I'm trying to differentiate x twice.
It's okay if you differentiate p square.
It is understood.
We were finding that velocity,
Take off
okay, velocity in wave.
Ah.
That formula we were deriving, so nothing. She just put A cos omega t plus 5 into omega, that's it. She didn't say why, nothing. And we're like, what the fuck, can we just buy heart attack?
Because half the physics teachers, they're not good at math.
Yeah.
What an error, you know, it's crazy. Chemistry people should be good with a lot of other stuff also, like in life, like smoking and all should be good. Only then you can explain that.
Oh, you know my chemistry teacher today, one crazy thing she told me.
What's the one?
No, that geometrical isomerism, there are two. One is
Cis and trans.
no, one more page. No.
No,
Viscous, no.
Vicinal and geminal.
Yeah. Vicinal and general. So she was like, when you're finding a drug, the vicinal isomer could be a medicine and the other one can be a poison. Just because of the difference in the placement of the thing.
But you got the meaning, understood the meaning.
Actually cool.
Yeah, that's cool. So it's like, if it's in this form, it's gonna be a medicine. If it's in that form, it might be a poison. So you have to invent it in the proper form. So you should know that.
I think it's done.
Full drugs may it's
I
very
think it's
good.
done biochemistry.
Probably. Crazy, no?
I wanted to do
One
that.
thing crazy in life
I
she
wanted to
did.
do that at one point.
No?
I left bio, so I have an option.
So what?
We can still take it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
How?
Christ, people have that university exam. They'll ask you in the interview. Why not? You should be in a state to convince them with that answer.
Saying what?
It depends. They'll be like, you've skipped bio, but why suddenly interested about biochemistry? So that you should be in a state. Ayo, they ask for law for all science students. No, they'll be like, you've taken up science till your standard. There's a reason. Why law? We convince them in. So if you are in Christ, Rama, and all that, this is exactly what I want to do. The guy who came now, he does international finance in Crest. It's crazy cool. I think this time their job was to go and talk to the shopkeepers, get their data, make a dashboard for them and give it to them in such a way that they understand where the expenses are going. They did that.
That's
Stick as it is.
They understand where?
Where the expenses are going.
Oh, okay.
Like, is it literally electricity billing, bill trying to cut off all the extra profits? So you have a certain dashboard, and the project, it's a project for them, so it's free for the shopkeeper. So both of them benefit. They get marks, they get a testimonial, they get the dashboard, and Christ gets them. So, no, actually, that's super crazy.
So for psychology, so where I should go?
It's right there in Christ field. Why do you think I was asking about clinical psychology? They have multiple different layers. One is clinical psychology, one is psychology and honors, one is BSc, one is BA, all of them is there. Behavioral scientist, now you can become based on that. Based on behaviors, you can work in ad agencies.
I want to do behavioral.
Then I'm supposed to take up arts, BA, psychology. There it is.
No way. You didn't do the differentiation part. I'm supposed to sit and work out.
I didn't know.
Andre, you should write no steps. Kashta but I'm doing it.
Correct.
And you all are yapping.
Says Deepika. That's the other name, the second name.
How long, sir?
And then,
anybody has water.
You are on.
what is it? Let's go there.
Huh? What?
I know,
No, look at it, it's doing this.
I asked him, where were you? Sir, carry is over. 2 days he didn't come. 2 days. Carrots.
Hey, yeah, it will be there.
Bro,
How?
you are, 2 days you will do carrots, sir.
No.
What is wrong with
But
you?
like, it depends on the time. So they keep it during the evening.
Correct. After 7:30.
They keep sometimes some churches keep it at 3 o'clock. Some churches
3
keep it
o'clock
at 4
carrots
and
you
all.
will listen.
Yeah, there are some churches to finish it soon.
Okay.
Anta. It depends on the pastor.
After.
Pastor means the father, no? You know what?
Cancel activity.
You know what? They cut balloons and all in my college.
Can't cut balloon.
In sense,
Cake only can cut.
they had like small balloons, color that too, okay. And
They
those
cut
balloons are only so much. They didn't have enough helium to put it inside. And then that father or someone